Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the the second XL Geeks Ever podcast episode. That is right. I am the one, your host, the most chaotic panelist in all of Texas, possibly a future stand-up comedian. We don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I am your host, King Mexico, also known as Capitan Mexico, and joining me is the man with the plan. He runs the skinny, the Texas Gaming Hedgehog himself. He will spin dash his way into your hearts. Keyblade Sonic.
Hi, everybody.
He
Happy
just
Monday.
drank water at the perfect moment. It's awesome. And joining us he is possibly a future AEW superstar or WWE superstar. That's right. He is the next tribal chief. He is the
Yes.
future heavyweight champion of the world. He will body slam. He will also be like one of those wrestlers that do those commercials where like we're body slamming prices. Joining us is Your Highness.
Oh, yes, Jesse. Thank you. Thank you for that introduction. Yes.
That's
I feel your energy.
That's right, future world champion. If I don't see it, I'll kick your ass. All right, so DeaconRap is in the studio. He's here. We're just helping out Linda. Linda Young is here. They're just getting her computer set up. They're here to talk about the album. That's right. They're going to hear talk about their brand new single coming out. I have no information on it. I got nothing. But Linda is going to be here. Hey, shout out to my friend. Hey. All right, Deacon is. All right, so now Deacon is here. We're going to find out. So this man is a future platinum selling artist. He is the Otaku Weave rapper. What is it called? Nerdcore? Is it called Nerdcore? I'm not sure. But this man is going to be performing at BotCon, and he's here today to promote his new single. And he went away.
He'll be back. He'll be back though. Just a little technical difficulties, everybody.
Yeah, technical difficulties, everybody.
It isn't the Geeks5E podcast without technical difficulties.
That's right, and you know what? It allows us to. We didn't have a
organic.
Skinny. Yeah, it feels way more organic. I mean, we can throw a skinny at y'all. We weren't really prepared with the skinny, except wasn't this weekend Transformers?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, it actually made domestically $60 million, and then Spider-Verse was in second, $55 million.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. That's okay. Yeah, and I saw it. It was actually really good. I recommend that you see it.
Would you say? Is it just like what's the best way you could describe it compared to like the other movies?
Okay, so you know how The Last Night was called The Last Night?
Yeah.
It was also called The Last Night because it was what's-his-face's last movie.
Oh, Mr. Michael Bay Presents Explosions.
Yeah, it was really great. So for those of you that are just joining us, Linda and DeaconRap are here to start off the show. They're going to kick off the show for the first hour, and then Chuck Huber and Bacon from BotCon will come in the second hour at 8 o'clock.
Bacon BotCon.
Bacon BotCon. All right, let's get an update. I gave you such a great introduction, and then you left, and now you're back. Is the one who he is possibly Elvis Presley Jr. himself. Elvis might be his biological dad. I don't know. It kind of looks like him. All right, joining us is the man, the one, the only. He will fry up and sizzle your bacon, DeaconRap. Kind of with his hand.
You're looking for trouble? You came to the right place. You're looking for trouble? Look right in my face. How you doing, guys?
What's going on? So what's the skinny on that?
I was helping one of our guests with some technical issues. She's using an iPad, and for some reason it keeps saying change the browser settings.
Okay,
like,
so let me. So I guess I'm gonna have to do. Y'all should have come to me sooner. So she has to copy and paste the link in the actual browser itself for it to work.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's actually meant for a computer.
With the 3 dots in the corner and open in Chrome.
You can do it that way.
Yeah.
But
That's
it's
how
easier if you just copy and paste it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a little troubling, but once you do the copy and paste thing, it actually feels smoother.
It works.
Yeah. Is she in backstage yet or no?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Got it. Okay. I may end up leaving to help out again. But yeah, so how are you guys doing today?
Man, we're waiting on you.
Pretty good.
Oh, thank you. I
Look, you
feel
know
like
what? We're
royalty.
changing the subject. Booty hole.
Booty holes. What's the bet? We got to do a tier list on bagels. Booty hole bagels.
Yes, booty hole bagels. Like,
Which
their
the
shit
best?
tastes great fresh, but that shit is like any other bread, like
Yeah,
food
it's all.
material.
Yeah.
It's just like
Do
it's
you,
not that great.
do you
Cold.
prefer eating bread toasted or not toasted?
Depends on.
Okay. Jesse, it's not giving her access.
Do you want a brand
You
new
have to
link?
copy and paste into the browser.
Which browser is she using? Chrome, right?
Possibly. I think she's using Safari. I don't know.
Safari. Okay.
Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, again, it's an Apple product.
Right.
Oh, hey guys.
How did you send it to her?
How did I send it to her over Facebook Messenger?
That's why it's not gonna work that way. Is she clicking on it?
Yeah.
Don't. She can't click on it because it's gonna. It doesn't work like that. You have to legitimately copy and paste the message.
I think she said it's allowing my camera, but there's nothing but me. I'm like, I'm gonna note that you have to let her in first.
She's not in the waiting room. I'll let you log into my restream, but she's not here.
Weird. Okay.
Here, did you? Here, let me send you the link again. It's here in our private chat.
Okay. Copy link address.
But if you send it through her through Messenger, they have to copy and paste it. Like they can't click on it because it won't work because it has to be on a direct browser.
Understood. So,
That's a good
Joe,
thing. It's a good thing it's an XL podcast. So we were talking about. So Deacon is here. He's here, with Linda will be joining us hopefully, and they're gonna be talking about Deacon's new single. Deacon is also one of the performers at BotCon this year. BotCon, Pasadena, Texas.
thank you. So I have to kind of leave again. She doesn't know how to copy and paste.
It's
That
okay.
probably-
No worries.
It's fine. Go.
I'll be back.
No worries. Like we.
Actually, we could talk about BotCon a little bit
Mhm.
because Your Highness is here
Yeah.
filling in because he is a panelist.
Yeah.
Con.
Yes.
BotCon. Nice.
So for those of you that don't know, June 30th through July 2nd is Delta HCon this year at the Houston West Chase Marriott. You can still get your badges right now at the Delta HCon website at deltahcon.com. Also, this year,
Link address.
it is July 1st and July 2nd is BotCon at the Pasadena Convention Center.
Click
I'll be back.
Everybody leaving me.
and tap enter.
So let's talk about what pan are you doing, dude? We're just stalling, guys. We're just stalling until we can get the main event here.
I'm just doing one so far.
What are you doing?
Wrestling with conventions, tips, tricks, and slams. So
That's
some interesting stuff in there.
So is that about wrestling? Why am I bleeding? Is that about wrestling, or what is that about? Like you're talking about surviving cons, right?
Yeah, a little bit, and how to prepare for it, while also using the stuff you learn from doing pro wrestling to help with conventions as well.
Yeah, you could body slam prices in half.
Yeah, basically stuff like that.
Listen here, brother. $30 is too much.
Gonna leg drop this incidental fee. Yes.
I got 20. Just go in there and be like this. Acknowledge that I'm broke. Now give me a damn discount.
Pretty much. And we're tagging in guys with soap and water.
That's right. Oh, God.
You got to promote that every show.
Every show, guys. So BotCon is in still need of volunteers. So if you are interested in going to the convention for free, consider becoming a volunteer. Volunteering right now, they're in need of. All you do is work a few hours and you get a free badge. It's pretty cool. Good trade. And they won't yell at you like your real job. No, they won't. They won't. They'll treat you like a human being. Because if you work at Amazon, you know full well that they don't treat you like a human being.
I've heard
They
too many
really do not.
I've heard way too many stories from Amazon.
I've heard a lot of stories too. I've heard horror stories. For those of you that are just joining us, we're still waiting on. So DeaconRap is here. Linda's joining us. Linda's just having some tech issues. I think DeaconRap's ready. Shake your head if you're ready, dude. I don't think he can hear me. Can you hear me? Hey, Deacon. What's the update? Deacon. Deacon. I don't think he can hear us.
I think he's checking on the phone right now.
He's still working on it.
I know.
Still working on it.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah,
Sorry, I had you guys muted. I didn't know I was in. I'm still trying to help Linda get in.
Okay. So we're just talking about BotCon. So BotCon. So have you hosted a panel for, dude? Though, because I don't think you've ever hosted. I don't think I've ever seen you host a panel.
For me?
Yes.
No, I've never hosted a panel. No. This will be my first time.
BotCon is his first.
Yeah.
Gonna get his Concherry panelist.
Pretty much.
Cherry.
On Saturday.
I don't know where that. Oh yeah, you're on at 11.
Yes.
What time is my thing?
What time are all your things?
All right.
Have like 13.
No, shut up. I have 6. I only have 6. I don't have 13 panels. So, all right. So we have. Why is that so low? Anyways, so at BotCon I have Dragon Ball versus My Hero. It's over 9,000 a Dragon Ball panel. Pokemon versus Digimon, a hill you would die on, which is essentially changed my mind. The panel. Diversity in cosplay and mental health awareness. I think my first panel starts at 11, which is unfortunately the same time as your panel. It's my Dragon Ball panel that starts. Then after that, I have looks like at 1 o'clock. So an hour later, I have the Dragon Ball versus My Hero, and then at an hour later at 3 o'clock, it's mental health awareness. Then at 4, Pokemon versus Digimon. Then at 6, it's gonna be diversity in cosplay. So I legitimately only get like maybe 1, 2, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours just to like.
Bro, how come y'all have your events and I don't have mine?
Did you check your email?
There was nothing in my email.
I got mine like today, so
I have nothing.
Because I think I submitted mine maybe last week. I think.
Okay, so who's the original who was the original person that submitted the concert for your panel? Your panel.
It was me.
Okay, so check your junk mail. Because I think everyone at this point, I think they're still sending out the information, but everyone's panel should have been finalized at this point. So I would just double check. You might get it by the end of the day.
If not, early tomorrow morning, probably.
So okay, so are you still trying to help Linda figure out how to copy and paste?
Yeah, we're still.
The way you do it,
huh?
The way you do it is you just hold when you press the link, you just hold down your finger on the link until a little menu pops up and it'll say copy.
Yeah, she's trying to do it on her computer.
Okay, yeah, on the computer it'll be a lot simpler.
Yeah,
a lot simpler.
I'm gonna mute myself.
But with that being said, I'm looking forward to BotCon. It's gonna be amazing. This is their second year. I didn't know it was their second year. As a matter of fact, when we interviewed Bacon, we thought it was the first year for BotCon. Turns out it's the second year. And I'm interested to see how next year's going to work out. Are they going to still stay a 2-day convention, or are they going to move to 3-day?
That's the big question.
I mean, last year they were a 1-day.
Yeah,
they were a 1-day.
Yeah,
maybe on the 4th year they're 4-day con. Every year they add another day.
They're a week.
Imagine,
they're a week eventually.
Imagine year 10.
Year
30
10,
days
they're
of
10 days.
30 days
30
of
years from
bacon.
now, 30 years from now, it's just a whole month.
You mean 30? Oh, yeah, you're right. 30 years is a whole month.
30 days of bacon.
30 days of bacon. You're going to end up with no money and high cholesterol.
We broke.
Bro,
And
we
hard to
already broke.
Me and my buddy, we're doing Delta, Bacon, and Anime Texas all within 2 weeks. We're about to be broke as shit.
Dude,
We're
but
saving
like
up
we're
hard.
doing the same thing. We're going to be a Delta and Bacon. And the thing is, like, I have panels at both. Like, I'm literally working until 4 a.m. Friday night, going into Saturday. I gotta be there at 10 because I don't show up like right when I'm supposed. I'm gonna show up at 9 or 10, and then I'm gonna be there until like 7 in the afternoon. And then I gotta ride back to Delta to host the rest of my panels.
That's almost what me and Devin might do because we said I'm trying to make sure that we get there like 10 as well. I told him, I said, hey bro, I need your help with this panel.
Y'all
I'm doing
need
it for
to
the first
come.
time.
Are y'all staying at Delta?
We're staying at Delta.
All right, so y'all need to give me a ride.
We're gonna be Ubering up there, so
Fuck. See, that's not a good idea though.
Well, it's really complicated stuff going on, you know.
Yeah, we're like having our backstage discussion during the podcast while we wait for Linda to join us.
Yeah. My apologies for waiting a while. I was actually talking to somebody, and just sorry about that.
Yeah,
It's okay.
as I was trying to say, I mean, I have a sponsor to pay for everything, so. Which, by the way, Otaku Rap Festival is officially sponsored by Kawaii Lee Events.
Awesome. That's cool.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So, who the fuck is our sponsor?
Us. We're the sponsors.
No, we legit have a sponsor. I forgot.
Yeah, it's been a while, so we haven't heard. It's been a while.
Who the fuck is our sponsor? So okay, so this.
No disrespect to our sponsor.
I mean, I've been so busy. I didn't even think about like. So, with that being said, though, Delta HCon. Oh, right, the con is our sponsor. Fuck. All right, this podcast is actually brought to you by Delta HCon, and we've already kind of talked about them. But like, dude, two cons,
Yeah.
1 weekend, 2 cons, 11 panels.
Yeah, it's really big. It's not just for the panels. Also, Delta recently announced like new guests, and they're actually. It's hard to believe it. The con's in what 2-3 weeks away, and they're still announcing guests. And it's kind of cool seeing cons when they do that. You know, last minute con.
That's right. And Geeks5E has officially been confirmed for Anime Texas.
Yes,
That's right.
That's right. We will be doing karaoke for them.
And don't you want to announce our next con that we
And
announced today?
Colossal Con.
That's right, Colossal Con Texas.
We will be there as press.
Yeah, but
I'm
Geeks5E
still submitting the panels right now.
Yeah, so Geeks5E for right now we are taking over.
That's right.
Colossal Con.
We got Colossal Con. We have
very specifically Colossal Con Texas, the one in Round Rock.
I'm not going to the other one up north.
To Minnesota, Wisconsin.
The one in Wisconsin.
In November. No, it's in August.
Wisconsin's a myth anyway. Doesn't exist. It's not real.
I know in Wisconsin they discipline their kid by putting their foot up their ass.
That's like that sounds like a Mexican family. Like honestly.
Okay, let me say the one word.
With that being said, though, I do have to say though I'm very excited for Colossal Con. I haven't been. I'm going this year. I missed last year. Is this their second? Is this their second? I know it's their second.
This will be their third year.
Their third year.
Yeah, the first one was in November 21 and then August 22. Now they're just doing it in August.
I did not go.
Oh, they're post-COVID con. Okay, I didn't know that. All right.
Well, yeah, it's just like they do all the Colossal Cons at the other Kalahari's. But since this one recently opened, so that's why they're doing it like the third year.
Yeah, because there's like 2 of them, right? There's like an Oklahoma one or something like that.
No, there's There's one in Ohio and there's one
what it
in Wisconsin. I think that's
Okay.
the only two, and then this is their third one basically. So it's
Okay.
kind of like it's pretty much like PAX but with water parks.
I knew there was more than one. I knew there was more than O.
Yeah, Ohio.
Yeah.
No, trying to think. What else are we going to? Oh,
So
we
far-
are trying for Etchy Fiesta as well.
Edge Fiesta.
Okay. When's
And
that
we
one?
are aiming for. It's in San Antonio. It's another Etchy Expo. Like
When is that in July?
that is at the end of July.
July
I believe the
28th to the
29th.
30th.
Oh, is it 28th? Yeah, you're right.
28
29th.
Friday to 28th to Sunday to 30th. I think. Is it a 2-day or a 3-day?
2-day. Actually, it's a 2-day con. I think it is the 29th.
Okay, gotcha. Just want to make sure.
The 29th and the 30th.
Okay, cool. Hey, for you wrestling fans out there, you can go to the NXT show in Cedar Park, which is like half an hour away.
Actually, I am going to the NXT show in July.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
I will be there. Which, like, I have. This isn't a wrestling podcast. Don't listen to Pepe, Michael, Bailey. Don't listen to him. He's an admin for Geeks 5 but we're not a wrestling podcast. We're not a wrestling channel. We're not wrestling. We can talk about wrestling. We just don't really.
Nah, you
on it.
got to do it like Kevin Dunn. Like, we're not wrestling. We don't have it.
Yeah, for real. You got to go in there like Kevin did. So DeaconRap is here with Linda Young. Linda's having some technical difficulties, guys.
Yeah. Restream could be a little goofy sometimes. So.
Oh, there you go. Hold on. There's
Goofy
DeaconRap.
5
Maybe
ever.
has an update. Goofy's 5 ever. What's up?
Goofy 5 ever?
That's
Yes,
right.
The goofy doofies.
Read between the lines, man. Read between the lines.
Thank you for doing that because people do this shit. Read between the lines, damn it. And it's like this.
Oh, you mean live long and prosper, right?
Yeah, I'm
Star
like
Trek, Spock, Star Trek thing,
Big Daddy V.
or Big Daddy V2, yeah. Or Vader. Hey, can't forget that. Vader.
Oh,
Vader. I forgot Vader did that too.
Tom.
V for victory.
There you go. The letter V. It's Vader time.
This podcast is brought to you by the letter V.
There you go.
B
Victory.
for
Victory.
victory and virgins, apparently, because that's a thing.
Oh, VCon? You mean VCon, Jesse?
VCon!
Virgin
VCon
Con?
card con. VCard con. VCard
VCon.
con.
Yeah, you got VCard Con, you got Sausage Con. Oh, Sausage Con. Oh my god.
Oh, room 1.
I would
What
not
was
want
it?
to
Room
go
109?
Wiener Fest.
I mean, that sounds more like Sonic's area of fun.
Nah. No. So the whole sausage fest con, that's actually a thing that happened during Waifu Fest.
Oh yes, the poo platter.
The poop platter.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Who ordered all this fucking attention?
For real, it was bad. It was
Cookie
horrible.
from Sonic.
All right, so what's skinny? What's the update? What's going on?
The update is she's still trying.
Okay.
All right, no worries. At least we're just having improvising. This is all fun.
Yeah, this is great. This is great. So
There
we're
will
talking
be-
about the cons. We're talking about Colossal Con because we just got announced for Colossal Con. We got announced this press for Colossal Con. We got announced this press for Anime Texas, but I wasn't allowed to say anything just yet because we had already worked that out,
So
the details.
basically an NDA without signing an NDA.
Yeah, no, yes, pretty much. And so we are doing Anime Texas. We're possibly doing Etchy Fiesta. We're possibly doing Colossal Con as panelists, not just as press. And I cannot deny nor confirm whether we will be at San Japan, but that is one we are aiming for.
Okay.
I'm
Sounds-
trying to not be at San Japan this year.
Why? Too
Why?
expensive? Why? Saving your money?
I've been going to San Japan since 2009. At this
So?
point in my career, I feel like
The streak ends.
Career.
I should. At this point in my career, it's like I want to be able to be successful outside of San Antonio without having to rely on everything. Like I know I could do it without Jimmy, without
Especially moving on.
any of the other cons, but like when it comes to San Japan, that one I don't know.
Isn't that the most common one in San Antonio? I want to say, right? San Japan.
Yeah.
No,
It's
I want to
also
say that
the
one.
biggest.
I think.
Yeah, it is.
I'm guessing. Okay.
It's the most popular. It's definitely the biggest. It's debatable whether it's the biggest anime con in Texas. As of right now, the biggest anime convention and the oldest is Acon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
Acon
yeah,
is one of the longest. Acon is definitely the longest consecutive running anime convention, or at least it was at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you say consecutive, you mean right one after the other. There are cons that do a year between, or they take a break, or whatever the
Or
case may
because
be.
COVID and all that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So at
Acon.
one point, they were the longest running consecutive convention. I don't think we will. Okay, so so joining us. Hold on. Can you? Okay, so you're in the backstage area. Can you hear us? Can you nod your head yes or no if you can hear us? I don't think. Could you guys hear me backstage?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have actually worked with Linda before.
Mm-hmm.
Linda might not remember me, but we've actually worked together. So, ladies and gentlemen, joining us, the Emperor, the most feared being in the universe, the trainer of spirit detectives, the conqueror of worlds, the mistress of voicing, the one, the only, Linda Young.
Yay!
You call that an introduction?
Hey, that was a great introduction.
He still got it.
That was a solid
I
one.
can't
He still
believe
got
I
it, brother.
myself on.
I know we've been improvising this entire time. Like we were like literally like this is a mature audience so we didn't get to go over the rules and regulations with you, but like hey, we are a mature audience only podcast.
Oh gosh.
Like this look, this is you left us high like you left us hanging. This is what we were talking about.
What?
It's on the screen. I don't want to say it out
Look
loud.
in this portion of the screen.
Booty
where
hole
it says
bagels.
booty hole bagels.
I can't see it.
It's okay.
I
It's
get
okay.
to see you guys. At least I can
That's
see
fine.
all you guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for
Thank you.
coming on the show. Like it's an honor to see you again. We've worked together before. It was at Anime Houston. You did the karaoke for voice talent,
Oh yeah.
right? I came up to you and I was like,
yes.
"Praise Jesus, you are a gift to the world." And you sang. So that was my panel. You sang. It was amazing. You did really great. So it's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Mhm. So it's been a while. Like I didn't have a chance to talk to you about coming on the show sooner, but I'm glad you're here. Y'all guys are here to talk about
Yes.
the brand new single that y'all are releasing
Yes.
into the universe. That's right, Deacon. He put on his big boy pants and decided to release another song.
Oh my gosh. Well, yes, it was actually a spur of the moment thing. At the time, Tech9 had come out with that song with The Rock, and me and my Ghost team, we were talking about, oh, everyone in San Antonio does features with the same people. It's never featured with different people, and that's why it's getting so much attention because it's The Rock. No one's ever done a feature with him. So when I saw Linda at Anime Houston, she remembered me, and I just had the idea. Have you ever thought about doing a rap song? And here we are today, 4th of July. Power Rangers versus Frieza will drop on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, and anywhere that you can stream music.
Wait, so the name of this song? Let's
Uh-huh.
clap. The name of the song is Power Rangers versus Frieza.
Yes, it's fan fiction.
Oh god,
That's a big.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
that's
That's a big
So-
what if, you know?
like it's already. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check out the song when it comes out. Make sure you listen to it, buy it, stream it, do whatever you can because I want to listen to Frieza clap Power Ranger cheeks.
Like, just wait until you hear about the fight between the Red Lost Galaxy and Jace.
So, tell us about the song. Like what?
The origins of it.
Yeah,
well,
like What gave you the idea to do Frieza versus Power Rangers?
So we did this interview at Hill Country Comic Con, and my last question, I had her hold up a replica World Heavyweight Championship from WWE, and I went, "Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few minutes, Trunks is gonna go head to head with the heavyweight champion Frieza. Now, Frieza, you've had 5 successful title defenses. Tell us what's gonna happen in the ring." And she's all like, "What did you say?"
I don't know. Probably. Oh, kill him?
You're like, "I'm gonna smack that punk."
I guess that's what I did. I can't remember.
So,
and when I was asking her, I just thought of, and instantaneously, what would the song be about? Because I didn't really prepare for her to say yes. So I just said Power Rangers versus Frieza. What if? And so I legitimately thought about it. What if the Power Rangers would have fight Frieza? What would exactly happen? And the plot is Rita and Zed are asking the Power Rangers for help because they've been invaded. They're about to die.
oh, so wait. So you have like a legit story,
Yeah.
like in the song.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think as to how that would work, but it sounds interesting. It's really cool. I like music. So I was watching this YouTuber. He's a TikToker, and he's making fun of like rappers in the song, and like the way you have different types of rap now. Like it's not like the 90s or the early 2000s where you have like rap music that's just for fun. It's there to make you feel good or to make you dance or when you hit the club or whatever the case may be. And then you had the rap music that I remember that told like a story, and a lot of it was like about struggle. And so I like rap music that it doesn't have to be a story about struggle, but I like the type that has a story to it.
Yeah.
Because you look at some of the biggest rappers of all time. Some of the biggest rappers of all time didn't always have a story to their song. Like look at Biggie Smalls. Like his music was literally just like for fun. Where Tupac's music was like the struggle in the community and how we should change. So definitely, I can dig that. I like that you have a story that involves like the Power Rangers. It's not just Power Ranger, Power Ranger, Power Ranger for like 30 seconds straight.
It's a struggle for the Power Rangers to stay alive.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically what happens is all of a sudden, right after they just saw Rita and Zed die, there's a time warp, and then a girl named Jen comes out and says our only hope is the White Beak Inn. She said she had a friend and his name is Andros. The alien rangers she had did follow close. And I remember they reach out to the Space Patrol Delta, Lightspeed Rescue. They sent a message to I can't remember off the top of my head, but it sent how in the new movie Operation Pandora, Alpha basically sends messages to everyone.
So you're talking about Once and Always, and it was
Once and Always, yeah.
Pandora Protocol.
Basically, I thought of it first. So, except this is the time period where Tommy is he's still the Green Ranger, so obviously Zeo and Turbo and Dino Thunder are not going to come into play, but a lot of other people come into play. They like all morph. They put the Zord together before anyone even shows up, and it's basically like Endgame.
Okay. So you went with like the Lord. So Frieza is essentially like the Lord Draken of the universe.
Yeah.
That's a good comparison.
Have you read the comics, Deacon?
I've read the comic. I'm just trying to not spoil the song for you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So
Gotcha.
let's get Linda. So Linda, like
Yes.
first off, like let me just I cannot stop gushing. I'm sorry. I'm just
No,
I don't know if you
we
can
are.
tell, like my entire background is just Dragon Ball. Like I grew up with Dragon Ball, so like when I met you, it was like a dream.
Aw.
Because I watched Dragon Ball originally in Mexico, and then I watched it in the U.S.
Toonami.
and then I just
Yeah.
grew up with it, and that's kind of how we became panelists. So when I met you, it was amazing. I've met a lot of voice talent, and you are definitely in my top 5 of the people that are like you were so easy to work with. It was so easy. Like
Well, thank you.
you're like so cool about it too. Like when we were in the panel, I think we had like an issue because the staff didn't communicate very well with me. But whatever the case may be, you were really cool, so I like it. But let's talk about that. You met at Enemy Houston. Deacon Rap's like, hey, want to be on my rap song?
Yeah, you did.
what went like? Have you? What went through your head when he asked you that? Like, I'm not
I thought,
Eminem, by the way.
well, I thought, I've never done a rap. And, I think Frieza could handle a rap.
Mhm.
Frieza's vocal range isn't very high or low. Mine is, but in the Frieza voice, you can't do a lot of highs and lows. So I thought rap might just be perfect for Frieza.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so you said you've never done a rap song before. Have you ever
Right.
listened to rap? Like, were you ever
Yeah,
a fan?
yes, I've heard.
I made her a playlist.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so I'm curious, what was on that playlist?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious too.
I don't even know. Don't
So
ask
the
me.
first song. Oh, sorry. Finish, Frieza.
I
Again,
said,
coming.
don't ask me. I just kind of listened to get an idea.
Okay, so with that being said, before Deacon does go over the list, is there like a favorite artist from the hip hop rap genre that that you don't like? We don't. Not a lot of people that. There are some, and it's cool if it's a mainstream artist. Sorry, I run on my words sometimes. Is there like a favorite one that you've heard, like, oh, hey, I really like this one, and I'm gonna continue listening to it? Is there one in particular that you like as far as
For,
rap or hip hop goes?
for me,
Yes,
I have no idea. I don't listen to rap.
that's fine. That's
very much.
perfectly
I
fine.
only
Like,
listen to some that DeaconRap sent me. What's your favorite DeaconRap?
My favorite Eminem will always be my favorite artist, straight up. And I'm trying to pull up the playlist right now. The only thing I can tell you right now is that the first song is Rapper Delight. Like I want to make her a playlist with that's basically a timeline showing, from the first to where we are now. And I'm on it. The first 5 are Rapper Delight, I Need a Beat by LL Cool J, Walk This Way by Run DMC, Fight the Power by Public Enemy, and Boys in the Hood by EDE. Then we get into the Tupac, DMX, Biggie, Jay-Z.
you're trying to turn Linda violent.
And then
He was
last
thinking
3,
Frieza.
Yeah, you really want Frieza to wake up choosing violence.
I feel like this is a playlist if Frieza actually had like a Spotify. I feel like that's where what Frieza would
Because
put in his
there's
Spotify.
literally one by NWA that's called "Fuck the Police."
oh, that's on here too.
Oh, no,
No, that's in there.
he didn't send me that.
I
And
swear.
so
So
I
the
could
last
see-
3 are A Lot by 21 Savage, Sunflower by Post Malone, and God Did by DJ Khaled.
So the quality goes down as you progress through the list. Got it.
No, I wanted to make it all real. I didn't want to send her gangster songs by fake gangsters, or
Bro, you skipped the mid 2000s. Where's the 50 Cent? Where's the Lil Wayne?
yeah,
The Jay
no, 50
Z?
Cent is in there. I did say I didn't go to the specifics, but Rough Riders Anthem, 99 Problems, Many Men, Hustler's Ambition. I even got a song from Hustle and Flow.
That's a good movie.
Let's see, Hate It or Love It. Gin and Juice, Still Dre, Nothing But a G Thing. Superman, Dirt Off Your Shoulders.
It's like
Extra
3 albums.
Gypsy, and Dope.
You. I thought you sent a playlist. You literally sent like 4 or 5 albums of worth of music. All right, Linda. All right, Frieza. You have 1 night to listen to all these damn songs. Here comes Frieza. Shows up.
Yep, I had to get my little rap outfit.
I
Okay,
saw that. I saw your
so I'm at
promotional
the
video.
hotel trying to sneak out, so no one sees me. And I run into a basketball team.
A basketball team.
They were staying at the hotel. A whole basketball team. And here I'm running out in this little rap outfit.
So tell us what went through your okay. So you're not really a rap fan, which is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that because I don't just like rap and hip hop. I grew up with rap and hip hop. I love the old school stuff. I don't really like the new stuff, but I love rock music too. Rock, hard rock, metal, punk.
Mhm.
Like so that's okay. So when Deacon Rap tells you about the rap song, okay, cool, let's do it. What was
Yeah.
going through your mind when you were doing this song? Because you've never, so at this point, you've never really done rap. You've never done rap,
I
and
liked
you're
it.
not.
It
You
was
liked it.
fun. Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
how long did it take for y'all to get it down
Not
before?
very
Because like,
long.
okay,
We were
that's
there
cool.
for 3 or 4 hours.
That's actually
That's
pretty.
good.
Because here's the thing,
That's
we
good
weren't
though.
just recording a song, we were making promo videos, we did
Yeah.
a photo shoot,
Yeah.
and when I did one with Chuck, we also did a podcast episode. And so, but when doing it with Linda, it was also an experience because I invited my female friends. I was gonna order pizza. I was gonna make it like you spend weekend after weekend creating experiences for people. I thought it would be nice if someone were to try and create an experience for you. Like at first, I was gonna pick her out when I went to the hotel to pick her up. I was gonna wear my Elvis costume and be like, "Hey there, little mama," But then I thought, wait, no, this is my first time meeting her outside of con. I don't want to I know my friends know that's me, but she doesn't know that part of me yet. So I
Yeah,
did just
I would have.
nice because I'm not sure if she was gonna tell her friends where she was going. I would even tell her like, just let them assume because you left you snuck out with a younger guy dressed really nicely and got in
Dressed
a
in a
Honda
rap.
sports car.
That's not what I think everybody would have said. I think Linda's Uber driver is Elvis.
Like that would be something like in Vegas. It'd be like, oh, that's normal.
Yes, it would be.
I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
But like, if it were me, Deacon, I don't think I would have gotten in the car with you.
I know that's why I didn't wear the Elvis.
No, it's okay. But it's amazing how like so. I already knew that the song was in development because Deacon Rap had already told me about it, and I just had to agree not to say anything. So I knew that it was coming out. He knows that I'm a big fan of yours because like I grew up with OG Dragon Ball, and like we've met before, and I like really enjoyed working with you. So I was really excited to see what was going to come of it. I just didn't know how it was going to work though, because like because I asked him like, is Linda a rap fan? Would Frieza be a rap fan? I thought Frieza was more of a metal fan. Because they even have that theme song, like that's a metal song. It's a Japanese metal song, and it goes Frieza, Frieza.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Frieza,
that's
Frieza,
really
Frieza.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, that seems more like Frieza. I could see Frieza at a Metallica concert going, peasants, and then like in the mosh pit just slapping everybody around like they owe Frieza money.
Tail whipping.
I could see that. That would be cool. But like recording this song, were you nervous going into there, or were you like, yeah, let's do this? It's like anything else. This is
No, once I made sure, I had the words in order because some of them are similar. So you have to make sure you get the right verse the right time. Once I had that down, no, I wasn't nervous. Then
really?
It was just fun then. We had fun, right? It was
yeah.
just fun. Yeah, we just had fun.
I think we went off topic more. We spent more time going off topic than we did working.
Yeah. And it was goofing around. We were doing those promos, and I was pretending like I was killing you.
Yeah, we were like, we did some different takes. We're like, no, Fred, you gotta smack him harder. Act like you're getting smacked harder. No, act like you're getting pushed harder. You didn't make enough noise when you hit the wall.
Yeah, no, I wish I could have been there to like. You should have filmed some like behind the scenes stuff, dude.
Yeah. We have so much content.
Some stuff we have, yeah.
Yeah.
So
it was fun.
You start. So let's ask the serious questions now. Let's get to the
nitty gritty.
The nitty gritty. There we go. How many songs did y'all record?
Just one.
Just the one.
Y'all could have recorded a whole album.
But we're gonna.
I would have bought.
We're gonna do another.
Oh,
there you go.
So y'all are.
Linda, should I tell them what it's called?
That's right. Geeks 5 exclusive insider scoop. So
should I tell them what it's called?
Purple is that one?
Yeah. So Another purple villain's gonna be on it. It's gonna be called Purple is the Color of Evil.
Grimace.
And
Turles.
the third
Happy
person,
birthday,
the
Grimace.
one who wrote all the lyrics, he was like, "Hey, can I write the lyrics?" Because he was thirsty to write, so I let him do that, and he wrote me as Barney the dinosaur. So now I have to get a Barney costume so I can do the song properly.
Oh my! So be careful when you buy the Barney suit because I bought one and it came out pink. So I became breast cancer awareness Barney. It was either that or Barney's girlfriend. So
Yeah, Barney's girlfriend.
no, I don't think so. I don't think so. That's not happening. And like, it's
Did you
weird.
really get one and it was pink?
I did. I bought it on eBay and it came straight
Oh
from China.
no.
And it came like in the advertisement, it's purple. In the box, it's pink. And he even looks high. They like, oh, I was like, oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. And I got it the day before Onicon in like 20. I forgot, like 2015, 2014. Somewhere
Okay, that
around
makes
there.
sense because eBay didn't have the quality they have now.
Yeah, eBay has definitely picked up their game now because of Amazon has changed the way everything is done.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've definitely changed it. So like, yes, just be careful because it can still come out pink. Like you don't want to be.
Pink is the color of evil.
It is. It really is. Which raises a question: is Frieza purple or is Frieza pink? Because some of the figures
Oh,
are
I know.
pink.
They have a lot of pink. Yeah,
They have a lot of pink.
pink and
But you know what's great about Frieza though originally, and then we're gonna. This is just something I'm gonna share. And then we're gonna go back to the song. Frieza was originally going to be a female villain because
purple.
Akira is always loved the fact like you go back to any anime, it's always some big massive dude just beating up the main character like they owe him money.
Yeah.
But he's always been like you know what? Let's make it someone that's unconventional, like a small little bitty person that's also a female, and just slapping the main character around and taking his lunch money.
Yeah.
So that was interesting, but you know they went with so or, in officially Frieza has no gender, so that's what they went with instead. But you do the song as speaking of Frieza. So do you do the whole song as Frieza?
Mm-hmm.
How does that work though? Like, is it something that like I know some voice talent do like they do struggle whenever they do the same voice for so long. Like, was that something that like was strenuous for you, or was just like easy?
It's not too hard. It's not very hard for me to do the Frieza voice,
Mm.
even though it sounds like I'm hurting my throat. It doesn't because I just place it. I'm a singer, so I can place it in different places.
No, yeah, we all know you can sing.
And I place it, my voice right there,
Mhm.
and then it's just there.
Okay,
And I
okay.
don't hurt myself at all.
So I will say that I am actually looking forward to the song because I know firsthand that you actually can sing. Like you sang at karaoke, it was great. Everyone that sang there was really good. It was really
Yeah,
awesome.
that was fun.
So but are y'all gonna perform the song live? Like have you thought about performing the song live, Deacon, with a
If
We
we're
want
ever
to.
at a convention together, we definitely plan on doing that. We would have done it already, except there hasn't been that whole where the convention requested both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like what you calls it? Like Chuck is performing with me, but you know his is not going to be out till November, so we're taking advantage of the opportunity.
okay. Okay.
No, it's
Like
understandable.
Chuck Norris?
So cute.
No, I know
Yeah,
who he's talking
Chuck
about. It's a
Norris.
joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Chuck Norris?
Yeah, I just stopped myself. Like, wait,
It's
hold on.
Yeah,
actually
Sorry.
Chuck
Chuck really,
Norris.
Chuck really beat you up.
Yeah, a third
Chuck,
chin under that beard. I mean, a third fifth under that
Still
beard.
do. He
But
can still.
my
can still
sponsor
play.
Kawa Ely Events, who does Weave Wednesday, she is interested in bringing Frieza down for a Wednesday night event. So who knows?
Uh-oh.
I will like I have how much do I got? I got 1, 2, 3. I'll pitch in to bring Frieza down. I'm like Patrick at this point. I got $3.
And a Subway coupon.
Let's get some of that.
I
All
just
right,
sound like you.
so let's get our fans involved. Let's all pitch in, and let's get some of those simp bucks donated so we can get Frieza at one of the cons to perform with DeaconRap.
A GoFund Frieza.
Let's
EFF.
definitely get that. Let's definitely get that.
GoFund Frieza.
Yeah, that'll be awesome because I would like to see that. I think that would be really interesting because to see you live to perform the song, especially like I said, I've seen you sing. I know you have the talent for it. I can just imagine how great it would be. It would be so amazing to be live.
It's fun. And we had fun. We'll have to practice it again though. We
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
practiced it in a long time.
But so have you already started working on the next song, or is that something you're going to work on down the road?
It's something we're gonna work on down the road because it's like first, it's like, there needs to be an opportunity where she's coming to San Antonio,
Mhm.
and there needs to be an opportunity where the other person's coming to San Antonio as well. They can be together or separate, but
Yeah.
I would prefer if they were together because the other person's the one that wrote it, and I want the other person to be able to like tell us, no, it's supposed to be this way, not like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
that's really cool though because like Linda as Frieza is in the song. This is the first time. This is something like I've never like this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm excited because gonna have OG Frieza. That is legitimately the reason why I'm excited. And this is something that I hope that you can actually pursue more. I think you should do other stories other than just Power Rangers. I know right now you're doing your Green Ranger, White Ranger, for shout out to JDF who passed away. It's been I think it's been a little bit over 6 months.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I know you're doing your power. You do Elvis, you do your Power Ranger, you do that. Like that's how you built your persona. Like one thing that we learn, like we're not voice talent. You're a rapper. I'm a panelist slash podcaster, and like we have our persona, our personality, like what people know us as. Like I walk around in the poncho and sombrero, or as Captain Mexico. You do Elvis or you do Power Ranger. So that's how people recognize us. If we went out there in a potato sack, nobody would recognize us.
I mean, they might recognize me.
No, they would recognize me. I
Dude,
literally
I went
went
to
to
a
the mall.
con in regular clothes and people recognize me.
Dude, we went to the mall in regular clothes and people recognize because oh my god, you're Geeks Forever. I'm like, and I had a mouthful of food. I'm like,
Oh, that's me.
what?
Dude, I got recognized at HEB.
Because you shop there. Like, hey, it's that guy that spends way too much money on sweets. But like, I mean, what? When does the song come out? Tell us a little bit about
It's
the
gonna
release.
be out 4th of July in honor of blowing things up.
Okay, all right.
That's fair.
Okay.
That fits. It fits perfectly.
Jeez. don't piss off my audience. So that's cool. So where can we hear the song?
Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Amazon Music, YouTube, wherever you stream music.
Is it going to be okay? So I guess you kind of brought up another question. Is it going to be? It's going to be part of a streaming service, or do they have to buy the song to hear it?
It's gonna be on streaming services, and you have the option of buying it if you choose to.
Okay. Because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people that are supposed to be a mature audiences watching this podcast, you got to realize that, if you want to support your local artists, whether it's rock, rap, hip hop, metal, whatever the case may be, actually streaming the music from a legitimate source that provides music to you actually benefits the artist.
Jesse?
But
I'm not trying to come out mean or anything, but today's kids don't know what LimeWire is.
Yeah.
well, no, you can still download music illegally through Pirate Bay, through YouTube video
to MP3.
Yeah, YouTube MP3.
Jesse, again, today's kids don't know how to download. I would know because these younger artists have sent me their MP3s, right? And it's just YouTube links. I'm like, no, I need your MP3. Isn't that an MP3? No.
That's an MP4.
which is saying something because the rap competition they had here in Houston, the DJ required you to give him a CD.
Oh my.
Ooh, that's old school.
Yeah, it
Dude,
was a
That's
how
old
old
CD.
is it?
No, he did that on purpose.
What, to test them?
Yeah, I guess it was like a test.
Probably. I think he wanted to do like a survey, and he's like, "All right, let's see how many rappers. All right, 17% did not have a CD. 3% is like, what the hell is a CD?"
So all of you were middle school. Okay.
Right. So we kind of I still have a few more questions, but we had scheduled because we hadn't anyways schedules. We never stick to them anyway. So joining us, he is the savior of the multiverse. He is the reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the Tournament of Power, Chuck Huber.
Hello. How are you? Hi.
Hello,
Thank
Jack.
you.
What's going on?
So
Hi,
I think
hello.
it's kind of so now that Chuck's here, because DeaconRap has pictures for everybody that he stocks. So we were actually talking to Linda, OG Frieza, about the
Right.
rap single that they're releasing, and Deacon told us that you have also recorded a song.
This is true. This is not a lie. This is
He,
all
like,
accurate information.
So how does that work, Deacon? Do you just follow them until they agree?
No, I bet when they tell me no, I just be like, oh, $100 bill just fell on the floor.
Whoops.
What? I didn't get any $100 bill.
That's because we said yes.
That's
Oh,
because y'all
that's
said
true.
yes
That's
right away.
true.
Yeah.
We needed to say no first.
I'll remember that next time. I'll play hard
Yes,
to get.
so let's. It's all about that green. It's all about that green.
Oh, you guys got like little simp bucks. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bugs.
Oh yeah, we have a this is like an actual like I like this program because it's like Zoom, but it's also a studio
Yeah.
to where I can like do stuff like this.
I love SpongeBob. SpongeBob's the best.
So what song so we were talking about so what is the okay, so before I ask Chuck, let me ask Deacon and Frieza. What is the name of the song? You said it is it Power Rangers versus Frieza? Is that the actual name of the song?
That's the actual name.
It's a mouthful.
That's the actual name.
You should say Frieza destroys the universe. I would buy that song in a heartbeat.
Frieza Force.
Frieza Force.
Oh yeah.
Frieza destroys the universe would have been great. It's like Deadpool destroys the universe or kills the universe. It's kind of like Punisher kills the universe. It has a nice ring to it. Frieza kills the universe.
Frieza's greatest hits.
Frieza.
Oh,
There you go.
that's
There you go.
pretty
There you
good.
go. That's great. That's great. That is
Clever.
awesome.
Greatest
That
hits.
is awesome.
Planet Vegeta, Planamic.
No, that's awesome. So I am like I'm excited. Like so I'm excited to have both y'all. Like for me, this is like amazing. First off, like I already told OG Frieza, but Chuck, like I don't know if you noticed, but my entire background is just Dragon Ball.
I know. I can tell. You're an OG fan. You've been Dragon Ball since before Dragon Ball even existed. You were in the womb like oh great Shenron, let me out of this woman's body.
Which is funny because I'm almost as old as actual Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball has been beat by 4 years.
Yeah, he was even dragging balls on his face.
Hey, whoa, hey,
Hey, yo.
not for free, not for free, not. So no, I was like, I actually was a Dragon Ball fan in Mexico before Ocean Dove, and before the
excelente.
And we did talk to Chris. So the footage that y'all worked on was from Mexico. It wasn't from Japan.
That's funny. I just did a signing in Brownsville, and of course Brownsville is
Yeah.
you know, it's like practice Mexico. And
It's
they were
practice Mexico Lights.
it was Mexico Light. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
totally Mexico Light.
Mexico Light.
It's
No,
not in
it's great
Mexico.
because you're like this is because I've been to Mexico and Mexico's awesome, but Brownsville, it's like if you haven't been to Mexico, just go to Brownsville and pretend that nobody speaks English, although everybody speaks English in Brownsville. But just practice your Spanish. But they told me there's a meme, an Android 7 meme that is. I'm not exactly sure what it means. It's like delicious old man, viejo sabrosa. So they were making me do this Android 17 Spanish language meme about, I don't know.
Did
They
say
thought it was
viejo
hilarious.
Sabroso?
Viejo sabrosa. Yeah. So like delicious old man.
I was about to
I don't
say
know.
they called you delicious.
No, it's me. It's Android 17 talking to Dr. Giraud. But I don't know.
Are
I
you
guess it's
sure?
hilarious in Mexico.
Did they buy you a drink while having this conversation?
No, this was during the day. It was during the day.
I was gonna say he never
Every
ate
time
it.
I did it, everybody busted out laughing. So I was like, okay,
Okay,
I guess
okay.
it's a real meme.
DeaconRap raised his hand like a 5-year-old. What's up, man?
There was an Android 17 who was saying that, and I'm like, why are you? That's not what Android 17 says. Like, no, whoa, I'm from Mexico, and like this is how Android 17 talks. And so I took a video and sent it to Chuck.
So,
Oh, that's right. That's right. You were the
Yeah.
first one to tell me about
Yeah.
it. Oh, that's
Yeah.
totally. I
So
knew
why
it
wouldn't
sounded
they tell
familiar.
you what it meant?
No, they did. And
What?
sabrosa
Oh, they
means
did.
delicious, and viejo like old man, old viejo sabrosa. So yeah, I think it's like
Delicious old man.
A
delicious old man.
he's
I think
apparently
really-
delicious.
Free
No,
Spanish
I think
class.
the real line is like viejo
Yeah,
something not delicious.
that's more of an
but-
insult. Like viejo.
It
viejo.
is. It
Like
is.
it is an insult. But like,
Yeah,
are you
because
sure
Android.
they weren't just trying
Yeah.
to take you home?
They did. They took me home. They took me everywhere. I didn't bring my car.
Okay,
Ooh.
makes sense. But like, so you've worked with DeaconRap as well. He said,
Sure.
did y'all record a song?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be performing it live in a month at Baycon.
See,
Hey,
And we
there
are
we
going to
go.
talk about we're going to talk about Bacon. So we are going to talk about Bacon. We're actually waiting on Bacon,
himself.
one of the co-owners of Bacon. Bacon himself will be joining us to talk about Bacon.
Oh,
But to-
nice.
To go back to the Frieza versus Power Ranger song, I do have to ask, because this is one of the questions I had written down. How long is the song?
4 minutes and 40 seconds.
Jesus Christ, that is a movie. That is a story.
It's a long one. All right.
It's,
That is a
it's-
long song.
It's
Is
four,
it that long?
yeah, it's 4 16-bar verses.
Didn't seem like it.
Okay.
So, like, let me guess, how much like of the song's audio is actual like chorus and verses and not just instrumental?
So there really isn't any instrumental at all. They're talking throughout the whole thing. Linda did the hook and some ad libs here and there. Like one of the ad libs, it's like somebody says, "Just leave in peace and no one will get hurt," and then like it calms down to just a bass, and Linda's like, "Zaban, kill this one first," and then you hear a sound effect of an energy blast, and then it goes back to rapping. And then things like that'll happen.
I think.
Did you mean to rhyme just there, DeaconRap? Because you said go back to rapping, something else will happen. Like it just comes naturally. To me.
It just
Yeah.
naturally.
Smooth like butter.
It's like a hot knife through butter. DeaconRap can rap, or everybody should just be happy I speak English.
And
That's
we
right.
got it in stutter.
That's right. But let's so everybody is arriving. Okay, so we're gonna we have another co-host that is joining us. I see you in there. We're just waiting on Bacon to show up. So with that being said, though, like I'm gonna ask you the same thing I asked OG Frieza, because I prefer calling Linda OG Frieza because, like I said, when I met, speaking of OG Frieza, have you heard Linda sing before?
No, I don't think I have. I don't think I've heard Linda sing.
So apparently, I guess Anime Houston's the only con that does it. Anime Houston did a voice talent karaoke panel, and I was
Okay.
actually in charge of it, and Linda was there, and Linda sang, and Linda's really good.
Oh, nice. I believe it.
Yeah. So it was great. It was great. I got to work with Linda before Linda came on here, and we met at the Traders Village Comic Con. That was a great.
Oh, okay. I don't really know about that.
Yeah, we did meet. So that's where we met, and I think it's really cool that like Deacon has had y'all come maybe forcibly on his music to sing.
There's
Oh no,
shackles.
I only asked Linda to come. I didn't ask Chuck. You asked him.
Chuck showed up. Hey man,
Chuck,
I
you
know what's
showed
going
up.
on and I want in.
Chuck followed me there.
That's right.
What's going on? Party?
He was stalking me.
That's right.
You
You
know,
stalk Linda
Android
all the time.
Android 17 doesn't want to be one up by Frieza.
That's right. I'm getting ready
Right.
to. You're not
can
the
use
baddest.
hypnosis.
I'm the baddest.
Right. So, Chuck, same question that I asked OG Frieza. Have you ever sang or rapped before prior to working with Deacon?
Well, I used to get paid to sing on stage. I've been in a bunch of musicals, and I'm the guy who brings, and this is old school, but I'm the guy who would bring his tape and his recorder to the first music rehearsal, and at the end of the first music rehearsal would sit with the accompanist and make him plink out my part so that I could get all the notes right, and like get that on tape, and I'd be like, okay, and then I'd show up the next day and be solid. But I wasn't like the pros who could just like. I remember the very first music rehearsal I was in was for Camelot, and it was a madrigal and 4-part harmony, and I was like so lost because I shouldn't have been cast in something where I was singing 4-part harmony, and they were like, take the G sharp, and I'm like, okay, no idea what I was doing, and they were like, you need a tape recorder and a tape, and here, sit with the accompanist, and they plinked out and I could do it once I practice, I'm fine, but I'm not like a real singer like Linda probably is, where you can just go into a kind of hear it and feel it and do it. I'm not there yet.
Mm-hmm. No, I got you.
Rap I can do. I'm a poet, so I'm comfortable with rapping.
Are you a fan of rap music or hip hop?
Oh yeah. Started with Public Enemy back in the day, De La Soul,
Jesus.
Tribe Called Quest. Yeah,
Say the whole thing.
Yeah, old school.
That's great. That's cool. So like, yeah, because Deacon, I've known Deacon for a few years. Deacon, how long have you been doing rap?
You and me met at Anime Austin in 2017, and I've been doing rap music since I was 10 years old.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Deacon's got a whole family of musicians. He goes back like 4 generations. Like his dad and his great grandfather invented the guitar or something. I don't know.
No, what happened was my great uncle Charlie played guitar in the Civil War marching band.
I was close. It was like inventing it.
You're close. Yeah.
That's cool. That's interesting. So no, but when it comes to otaku, is that what it's called? By the way, is it called nerdcore or is it called otaku rap?
They're basically the same thing.
Okay. Well, you know how some people are, they're not the same thing. You can't call this, that, yada, yada, yada. With that being said, okay, so how long have you actually been doing the con circuit performing?
Like I said, since I was 10 years old, like as soon as I learned rap music.
Like conventions?
Huh?
No, the convention circuit.
Oh, no. Conventions since 2017.
So that the Anime Austin where we met, was that your first time or were you already established at that point?
That was my second con.
Okay.
Con.
Okay. Yeah, because we were there for your first performance. We met at Anime Austin. I've been hosting panels for conventions since 2009. I've got to meet like a lot of interesting people, a lot of great people. And we met Deacon. We exchanged social medias. We connected, and then we're like, hey man, come on the show, promote your stuff, and then we'll go from there.
Nice.
So we got a Short Stack who's actually going to join us. We're waiting on Bacon before we bring Short Stack in. But with that being said, like OG Frieza, Linda, you do have other projects on the way. Like you have other stuff. Like you have so much going on with like Deacon as far as the music goes. Do you think this is something that you could pursue, like as a part-time thing? Like, hey, I'm gonna see you. I want to see you at the next con, like shoveling your mixtape. Like, hey, buy the Emperor's mix.
I've already been having to tell people to do that.
Yeah.
There's a printout that I made for her to print out and put on her table saying, hey, I have a rap song with the pre-save link. I've sent her videos like, hey, Ackett, you can play this during your panel. And
yes.
When Chuck told me,
I said you have.
Yeah. And when Chuck told me that he heard Linda do a Frieza rap at one convention, I'm like, oh my God, She's
Yeah, once in a
doing
while
what
I'll
I
see-
told her, huh?
Yeah, once in a while I'll say a few lines from it. From the
Gotcha.
rap. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just like,
cool.
oh my god, if everybody in San Antonio could follow directions like she can, San Antonio would have a name for itself in the rap scene.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What,
And-
San Antonio.
but what about Chuck? What about you? Do you see yourself releasing like an album in the future and selling it at the booths? Kind of like the guys that go to Walmart. Hey man, buy my album, $5, $5.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't know. It's all streaming
Your
now,
best
so
offers.
there's
The guys in downtown, Jesse.
Yeah, they'll probably
Everywhere.
just do it. They'll probably just put it inside the Happy Meals at McDonald's and put a single mixtape in there.
Oh, that would be
Like-
great placement.
Surprise.
Like the Happy Meals at the Burger King kids meals, we had our Dragon Ball figures
Yep.
in those.
I have some of
That's
those.
right.
Back in
Me
the
too.
day.
Still do.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
Chuck, when we do our rap together, then we can promote it.
That's right.
That's right,
Me and
Jesse.
you.
Chuck
We'll get-
is the third person and writer of Purple is the Color of Evil.
He's the third man.
Here you go,
He's
Linda.
the third.
Let's not. Oh,
Oh.
There we go.
Oh wow.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Oh, you do.
It's Black Frieza before Black Frieza.
That's cool.
I actually have the stand for him, but the stand didn't want to come up with him.
so Jesse, did you hear what I said?
I was too busy fighting my figures.
Saying
Move
that,
one, if you move, you have to be careful because if you move one the wrong way, they'll domino.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the struggle of every collector. Yeah.
And it's like this is only what y'all can see. Like I'm legit. Like this isn't even like half.
It's like a basement. Just figures.
Well, like this section right here,
Uh-huh.
this is almost the only thing I'm missing are the Dragon boxes. But this is every release of Dragon
Oh,
Ball Time with the
wow.
VHS,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
bricks, like. But I like in Dove and the Rock the Dragon set, and
Oh.
like that's why like you know, Chris, I fucking love Chris. Chris knew me as the Dragon Ball Z guy. As a matter of fact, every time I would see him at Onicon, he would roll his eyes like, "Here's Jess. What did you bring for me this time, Jesse?" And I'm like, "Hey, leave me alone." And that's the thing. That's the beauty of it. I don't sell anything autographed. I do not sell a single item autographed. I will sell the non-autographed stuff before I
Uh-huh.
sell the autographed stuff.
Uh-huh.
Because like I cherish that stuff. Like I don't see why people. I don't like scalpers. I don't like that. But like everything that's ever been signed, which I'm coming for y'all soon. Every time I come out to y'all though, I'm usually poor. So so I have to save up for a con. But it's like I've got to work with you, Linda. Like I said, you're amazing. I look
Oh, thanks.
forward to working for you again. I said working for.
Yes.
Working with.
Well, you can work for me too.
Jesse, it's gonna
What's up?
be like when Michael Jackson asked Eddie Murphy to adjust the mic stand. He'd be like, she'll be like, Jesse, can you do this? And he'd be like, you telling me I gotta work for her? I thought you were like, yes, Lord Frieza. Wait, what am I doing?
Jesse, do this. Jesse, get me this. Give me that. Give me
Can you
that.
imagine if I was an actual character in Dragon Ball as a Frieza Force? Like, free Jesse, do this. Si, senor Frieza, I got you. I'll take care of the Saiyan. He's not gonna see it coming.
Yeah.
Viejo
I know,
sabrosa.
viejo sabroso. I know Mexican
That'd be a
judo
great
as in
character.
judo know who you messing with, home.
You don't know who you're messing with.
That's right.
terrible.
I'll go in there, the Mexican Saiyan, sombrero,
Yeah.
mustache, and everything.
Yeah.
You're the
Actually,
Frieza.
I turned that into an actual cosplay.
Eating Fritos? Is that what
Eating Fritos, hey, hot fries or nothing.
Maybe
Captain
some
Frito.
barbacoa. You got some barbacoa. Yeah.
Captain Frito.
Okay, stop! Y'all making me hungry. Stop!
That'd be
I
a-
know, right?
I need
that'd
to
be a
heal up
great
Michoacana after
character.
this.
I think
That'd
that'd
be a
be a
great
great character. I could see that character.
So, like, I do want to ask, when is the next time we can see you again, OG Frieza, Linda? When is the next time we can see you, like at a con, maybe in Texas or somewhere else?
Okay, I'm going to be in Oklahoma City on
Another O.
the second last weekend in June at a new comic store, and now I can't remember the name of it. Something Anime Island. Anime Island.
Anime Island.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Then I'm kind of taking off in July, and then after that I've got tons of cons. And I could look at my list.
All right, yeah, if you could give, because I can definitely. I don't think we can make the Oklahoma one because BACON. We already started.
BACON is in 19 days.
I'm gonna sneak over here just a second.
I messed up. We've been waiting for Bacon this entire time. I forgot to send him the link.
Jesus.
I've been literally stalling. I am so sorry.
Little klutz. So I do have to ask though, while he's doing it, I have to ask Chuck Huber.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember this, but I actually met you at a Houston convention. Now, could you probably guess what this convention is? It doesn't run anymore. It's from about 5-6 years ago.
Why are you going to ask him that question? Some of us can't remember getting out of bed.
It's not Comic Palooza then, because Comic Palooza is still going.
You're getting close. It's in the GRB.
It's in the George R. Brown.
Yep.
I can't remember. Oh, there was one. What was it? Galaxy Con? Is that what it was called? What was it called?
Give up.
Yes, I give up. Which one was it?
Amazing Houston Comic Con.
Oh, Amazing Houston. Yes, those guys. They trimmed all their Houston. Or they had a bunch of shows and they trimmed it back to just Vegas and Hawaii.
Yes, and I saw you in there, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's an actual voice actor from Dragon Ball." And I got to talk to you for like a good 5-10 minutes, and you were so nice about it. And you were just sitting there, and I was like, "Oh, celebrities, like, oh, fans." Like, we were just talking, like, so amazing. You're like one of the first voice actors I actually got to meet.
Well, it's nice to meet you again.
Hell yes, yeah. It was awesome.
I'm glad I didn't ruin your feelings about anime.
No, it was awesome. It was awesome. I love meeting an android who kills people.
That's right. I love to kill people, so we make a good team.
I do too. I can join.
All right, so
Jesse,
what's up?
And last
since you weren't able to hear it, remember that song "Purple: The Color of Evil"? Chuck is the third one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we were working on the advertisement, and that's when I found out Chuck had done something, like worked on a project with DeaconRap. I just wasn't sure what it was because DeaconRap doesn't tell me anything. But with that being said, do you see like both? And this is a question to both of y'all, and we're gonna go with OG Freeze's response first. But do you see yourself doing more now that you've done the rap song? You've done it. You had a lot of fun. You're working on more rap music. Do you see yourself making more music outside of rap, or do you think you'll continue doing the rap music?
I don't know. I mean, the rap's fun. I'm in other groups. I'm in a big band. I sing big band music, like from the 30s, 40s, 50s, and I sing with a jazz group. So I love doing those types of music too.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Actually, I am interested now in hearing your jazz group because jazz is definitely one of the music genres that is not as appreciated today as it was once.
Right.
People don't realize, and this is for the audience, this is for our younger audience, and jazz music is the music genre that gave birth to rock and roll.
It did, yeah.
Jazz, blues, jazz music gave birth to rock and rap and hip hop.
And hip hop too.
Mm-hmm. Both. It gave birth to a lot of our modern day music. Otherwise, we'd all be listening to country right now. Which
Oh no, jazz came before country.
No, I'm saying if it wasn't for jazz, it wouldn't have given birth to rock and hip hop, and we'd be stuck with country. Jazz music should be appreciated and celebrated more because it's what inspired rock music and it inspired rap and hip hop. Because like jazz is a cultural phenomenon that was born, and yeah, it's older than country. But I'm saying I don't like country, and I'm glad we live in a universe where we have options, and not my truck left me or something like that. I don't listen to country.
My truck.
people are
You're
gonna
cheating hard.
something like that. And so like it's only a matter of time before there's a song where the vehicle leaves the guy too. Like the vehicle drove itself.
There's actually
It probably
something
is, right?
there is actually
Mhm.
one country song that goes, "That's my girl, my whole world, but that ain't my truck."
All right. Stick
That's
to
a
rap
legit
music.
song.
Stick to rap music. I'm messing with you, Deacon. You know I like you. So with that being said, same question to you, Mr. Chuck. Android 17, the savior of the multiverse.
Yeah, I mean, I would do. I typically keep my audition pieces around as warm ups. You know, I like to have my little pieces, my little 4 bars of whatever ready to go in case, you know, there's just a musical I have to audition for. But plus, it's just like habit after 30 years of being a stage actor. You know, you always got to have your audition pieces ready to go. And it's just kind of something to do when stuck in the car. So if somebody asked me to do something, I'd be more than willing to do it. I will probably do more hip hop and rap. I would definitely do it. Another collab with Deacon, and also I would be very stoked to do a collab with I don't know, Snoop Dogg, if you're listening.
It's I can you imagine that? Like all of y'all just do a song with Snoop Dogg.
Man, that would be actually I'd probably go you know, more West Side Chicago, Chance the Rapper or something. That would be kind of dope to do something with him.
I'm more of a if I had to rap, if I had to do a rap song, I'm more of like the NWA style.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the style I like because I can't do like an Eminem style. That's way too fast for me. And so like for those of you that don't like, and it's a debate. Like there's a debate whether Eminem is not only is he the greatest rapper of all time, but is he the fastest?
I would, you know, I think what he does and what I try to mirror from him, because it mirrors my poetry style, which is there's these internal rhymes that kind of repeat at, you know, sort of opposite thirds that you sort of make your way through the verses with some extra linkage between, not just rhyming at the end of the line. And he brought that to a sort of expert level. But I do that in my my poetry. You know, I write in verse, so it's like anapestic tetrameter or iambic pentameter. So it's always got a structure to it. And that structure gives you something to play with. But yeah, Eminem's pretty. He's got some. So he's put a pretty fierce mark on the hip hop scene with his style for sure.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't. I grew up. Eminem is. I grew up in a. So correct me if I'm wrong, and this is going to my co-host. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is punk music dead now? Is that like a genre that kind of died?
Punk music?
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's not really dead per se, but it's like
You don't hear it as much.
Yeah, you don't hear it as much. Although it's like people are like want to bring it back. You know what I mean?
I will say this, and I'm gonna make somebody very upset. Panic at the Disco is not good.
It's funny. Back when they came out, I never liked them, and they were one of my friend's favorite. And so I would probably tend to agree with you a little bit. Although now that I hear them later on in life, I'm like, oh no, actually, they were pretty good.
Yeah, because back then it's like the standards are. I feel like as you get older, the standards of your music, like you have them at like you either have them really high or you have them really low, and as you age, they kind of shift. Because I hated the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. I absolutely hated them. But now as an adult, we always sing "I Want It That Way" at karaoke.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Haven't you ever heard of closing the goddamn door? No, much better to take these kind of.
And thank you for joining us, GEEKNRAP.
This disappeared.
Really? Oh, wow.
hate you. I hate you so
You
much.
just disappeared him. You unalived
You
him.
did.
I
right there
unalived him.
in
Like
the
it's
stream.
like yeah.
The
So
angel.
no,
All that
like
power.
it's really awesome that you guys are doing rap music. That you guys are, and it's really cool because that kind of opens up a door. Because I don't know if y'all realize, any of y'all realize this, but this opens up a door for people to like, hey, do you want to collaborate with this and that?
It's true.
Music, rock music, country,
Ah,
jazz, podcast, whatever the case may be, it opens up a door where people
yeah,
are
I
like,
guess
hey,
so.
like because
It's our,
we
Jesse,
interviewed. Go ahead.
it's already opening doors. Like Navath Tyler, he just dropped a song with Christina Kelly.
Hmm. No, but like, here's the
Nice.
thing, though. Yeah, it's already like the door was already open, but it pushes it even further because we interviewed Justin Bailey, the guy that does the voice of Honest Trailers, on the show before.
John
Oh,
Bailey.
okay.
And he says that like a lot of time people are intimidated and they don't really approach like y'all, you guys, y'all are legends. Y'all are legends in the community. Like people, like they praise y'all, like, for good or bad, and people can
Well,
be intimidated. Like whenever y'all meet people all around the country doing conventions, doing shows, doing that, and some people are like nervous, they shake a little, they're just like, they have trouble talking, and it's because you can like you're honestly in your minds. This is what Johnny Youngbosh said to me. Johnny's a really good friend of mine. He said that, we're just people. We're just
Yes.
people. Like, but people look at us and they look up to us. And so like this is gonna show. Like that's why when we do the podcast, we don't have a script. We don't have no script. We have nothing written down. Like we just have a conversation. That's what we've been doing here. We've just been having like a conversation, and it kind of shows a more human side to you, of you. I mean, sorry, it shows a more human side of you to the people, and it's like, hey, these people, like, they're really cool. Like I love them. So let's contact them and see if they're willing to do projects with us.
As long as you bow down to me first.
I
well, we have, what's interesting is that we've I've been doing conventions for 20 years now. So you build a following, you build a fan base, and there's only so much you can do with that fan base in terms of promoting your voiceover career. But these sort of tangential ways of leveraging our fan base for up and coming artists of any sort, and this includes, little indie games or little indie projects or
Yeah.
indie movies that, if we end up in a project and we're proud and we're happy about the work that we did, we talk about it every weekend all around the world, in front of, hundreds and thousands of fans. And if it's something we love to do, and getting to do, a hip hop song with DeaconRap was I was like, that's a bucket list thing for me. I was like, yeah, I will definitely do that. And I was, super stoked with how it turned out. So, that just means we get to, and it's partly it's giving back to the community because Deacon's part of the, the nerd community. And it's like we get to he gets to do something for us and we get to do something for him, and together we do something for the community. And that's what it's all about. When everybody wins, everybody wins. It's
That's right.
pretty straightforward.
Because we are a community. Like without the fans, without our followers, without the people that listen to us, that watch us, that buy the merchandise, whatever the case may be, there is no Funimation. There is no Crunchyroll.
Mhm.
There
It's true.
is no.
Yeah.
I'm trying to segue into this. Bakon. Because I got Short Stack and I got Bakon. And Short Stack, I'm so sorry, by the way. She's been in backstage area. She's over there looking at me like,
She's in the green room.
The green room, yeah.
and Bakon's been here for a while. Yeah, there is no Bakon. There is no Delta. We're entertainers. You guys are definitely like legendary, like as far as the community goes, because you are part of anime. You're part of, not just part of other animes that have like struck a nerve when it comes to, like, not in a bad way, but you have become your voices in an anime that have also become cultural phenomenons. You look like Yu Hakusho. You look like Full Metal Alchemist. You look at Dragon Ball, all the different releases of Dragon Ball. You look at the different releases for Full Metal Alchemist. You look at My Hero Academia. You look at Bleach, whatever the case may be, whatever. Like anime has come so far.
Oh yeah.
Anime isn't what it was in the mid '90s. Anime has changed, and it's become so mainstream. It's even in like Superman's son in the comic books is an anime fan. I'm
I
dead
didn't know
serious.
that. That's cool. I mean,
didn't know
I
that.
knew things were getting weird when I was watching an NBA game and somebody had like DBZ shoes on. It was like,
Yes.
what is happening? Because I love the
I
NBA.
know.
I grew up in Chicago during the Bulls reign, and
Mhm.
so for our little show to be like on the floor at the NBA, I was like, what is happening?
Yeah,
Look
And
at
there was one time Jamie Lee Curtis bought a ping pong table for Funimation, so we'd have a ping pong table to play with because her son's a big anime fan. So it was like
shit.
suddenly famous people were liking anime,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah,
was
and
like,
also,
that's kind of different.
for
You got-
instance, go ahead, Sonic.
Oh yeah, like another example too was like they would do like in the NFL there was some of the players, you know, after their touchdown celebrations they would do like stuff from like Naruto or Dragon Ball or something like that, and also
Or-
like
Yeah.
professional wrestlers they would have like
Yes.
gears based on
Yes.
like anime.
Plus, not just wrestlers and athletes, but Wakanda, Black Panther, the first Black Panther movie, Killmonger, his armor is based off of Vegeta's.
Oh, seriously? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
he said it in an interview, and if you go back and look at it, yeah, he's wearing a blue like
Wow.
undershirt, and it's a piece of like actual armor with two straps holding it together over his shoulder.
Yeah, we're part of the
So-
culture now for sure.
Yeah.
You guys,
And it used to
have-
be so dirty subculture. Like anime was one wall at the art video store, you know,
trading
and you-
bootleg VHSs at the
yeah,
swap meet.
bootleg VHS, yeah, like
Suncoast.
you couldn't stream it. There wasn't anime everywhere. You had to fight to watch it. You had to work to see it. So
Right,
it's
right.
definitely
right.
come a long way, especially after COVID. Everybody locked down and everybody ran out of stuff to watch, and suddenly everybody watched
Yes.
anime. Because I got like 42 nieces and nephews and a bunch of children, and
42.
yeah, none of my kids ever really cared about anime, and none of my nephews and nieces ever like. But suddenly after COVID, I'm getting like messages like, "Can you send me a signed Dr. Stein print to bring to school?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I could do that." So it was.
That's great.
I felt the shift within my own family for
Yes.
sure.
But with y'all being legends, you guys are like, and you're still doing stuff. Like with rap music, do you hope to like the otaku rap? Because now we have otaku rap, and that's what y'all are becoming a part of. Y'all are becoming a part of, I'm sorry if I get it wrong. Shortstack can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. But it's nerdcore rap, otaku rap. So with that being said, do you think that you like? Is it like? Can you add it to your list of goals? Like, hey, let me be a big part of this now because it's fun. Like y'all had fun doing it. It's
Mhm.
really cool, especially if you can get like the lyrics and the beat down because it's not easy. Like it's not you don't just go in there and
No,
start
it's not.
talking and put a rhythm to it.
No, it definitely takes effort and skill. I mean, I'm a poet and I've been a poet my whole life, so I will continue to do poetry. I don't know how much I would pursue a solo hip hop artist, but I would definitely do collabs. I think
Collabs.
probably I'd do several more collabs before I'd be like, I'd have to have some measure of success and some requests from the fan base for me to do my own thing, for me to step out to do that, because it's just not
Right.
you know, I've just done one, so it's not in my wheelhouse yet, but I
Not
definitely
yet,
wouldn't turn it down.
but-
yeah, not yet, 100%.
Linda's definitely taking that ball. She's stealing the ball from DeaconRap. We're gonna go from DeaconRap to Freezer Rap. Like it's gonna be Deacon's face. Right now it's Deacon's face all over everything. But give it 2 years, Linda's like, all right, it's Linda, it's Freezer Rap and Deacon.
Freezer.
All right, so I've had him in the waiting room too long. I got to bring him in. Sorry, guys,
Okay.
because we were super delayed today. Joining us is another co-host of a part-time co-host of the podcast. She's also a rapper, upcoming aspiring rap artist. She is tearing it up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Please welcome Short Stack.
Yo,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Hello,
Yes,
Short.
loud and
It is
clear.
really an XL podcast now. And let me go
Yep.
ahead and change the view so we can see everybody's faces better.
Brady
Everybody's
Bunch.
tiny, small. It's like the Brady Bunch with Linda in the center.
The
Linda,
Zoom call Brady
OG
Bunch.
Frieza, the Emperor, center of attention. The Frieza Force.
The Frieza
Frieza
Force.
Force.
The Frieza Rap Force. There you go. We're all like going to be background dancers.
Yeah, no, for real.
And joining us, the one. He sizzles when you throw him on a pan.
Mhm.
He's very delicious,
and crispy.
but not in turkey. He is very crispy and can be burnt. He is one of the people that run the upcoming anime convention in the Pasadena Convention Center, BACON, the one, the only, the sizzling Bacon.
We're gonna pop up. We're gonna pop up. Yeah.
What's up, Bacon?
It's
So
We have the Breakfast Club because everyone's the bacon, freaking short stack.
Yeah.
That's
right.
So with
Hash
so
brown.
to introduce Bacon to the rest of our crowds, so this is one of the owners, one of the people that run BACON, which is at the like we said, Pasadena, and we are panelists. Chuck's a guest there. Deacon's there for some reason.
Yeah, not really. I'm an attendee.
Nah, you're just an attendee. So Deacon will be performing at BotCon. Your Highness, actually, believe it or not, Bacon, Your Highness is one of your panelists that decided to
I know.
weasel his way
Yes,
into my podcast.
Yeah.
And
Jesse, I'm
what's
not just performing at BotCon. Chuck Huber is also performing at BotCon
Yeah.
with me.
oh, that's right.
True
He so what happened was we found out that he tied up Chuck in a basement. It's like, you're gonna perform with me at BotCon. Linda said yes. You need to say yes. And
I would
so we're
say,
talking
you
about
put the lotion on it. It performed at BotCon, or it's getting the hose again.
Well, you know what's
Choice
funny
of
is that being forced by Deacon, because he doesn't really let you. Once you agree, he's kind of like, now you're in my world, and I'm going to tell you what to do. And so he's like, you're going to perform live at BotCon, and I was like, okay. And I'm a performer. I've been a performer for years, but I've never performed, hip hop or rap in front of an audience, and it's scary. And but that's why we perform, is to do things that are challenging or push us out of our comfort zone. And especially as you get older, you can either continue to push the limits of what makes you comfortable, or you can kind of recede into the what you've done forever and ever, and then you just start to get, I don't know, a little sad. So I'm excited to stand up on stage and rap.
It's definitely I have never rapped before, at least not on stage. Being singing and performing and just like
Oh, it's a whole
It's-
different feeling.
it is a whole different feeling because you really don't hear the audience as much as people think you would.
No, and I've only just started in September of last year, and I'm at like 1,000 followers, so it's been a crazy endeavor.
But so now that Bacon's here, Bacon, you need to bring Linda and Chuck one year
Okay.
and have them like perform. We don't need Deacon. You could just play like a little boombox. in the background.
Jesse?
You need Deacon. Deacon is like literally the heart and soul of like the rap community right now.
Look at you big brothering him this. You're just like, you're making him your little brother this whole time. It's so funny.
What's up, Deacon? What's up?
You also
Yeah.
need to bring. He also needs to bring Stephanie Nandoni.
All right.
Because we're
You-
recording.
you
we
say
may be
that to me
recording
like
our
I'm the
song
one-
on Saturday. We're recording something.
Okay, so we will
Well,
talk about that later.
There's always next year, so definitely. We're not
Yeah.
planning for next year yet. We still got this year. We got 19 days to go. So.
That's
God.
right. So Linda likes lobster steak.
Okay, got it.
five-star
Got it.
hotels. Oh wait, I'm covering the wrong side.
And Linda also is going to require Taco Bell.
Oh,
Taco Bell.
Linda,
Some
as
Jack in the Box
a
breakfast.
Mexican, do not eat Taco Bell.
I don't even-
No, but like 5-star hotels, steak, lobster.
A
Deacon, he needs
limousine.
a Holiday Inn and some McDoubles and a hot and spicy.
Some Jack in the Box while you're there.
Jack in the Box where you're at.
I'll
Yeah,
see what we
because-
can do next year. Okay.
Yeah.
I see who her agents are apparently.
It's great though because like we are gonna like the song drops July 4th. I'm kind of bummed out because it would have been great to have it drop during BotCon. Now I gotta wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But we are looking forward to it. Deacon, are you gonna send me the link once it drops?
Yes, and just so y'all know, the name of the song that you will see me perform with Chuck Huber is called Side Characters.
Hmm.
Huh. I like that. I did a panel about side characters. That's pretty funny.
I have some pretty prominent side characters. They may figure into 3 or 4 different verses.
Or 8.
My entire rap persona is a character, along with my VR character.
I'm just here. My whole entire characters. I just exist. I just exist.
This goes back to the whole performing thing that Chuck was saying. I'm also a big performer. I love getting in front of an audience. I mean, that's the reason I did panels for so long before I hosted my own convention, because I'm a man of theatrics. I'm born to run a game show or a panel of something in front of an audience, and I thrive for it. So if I'm not always doing something new that's going to help me go and be in front of an audience, then what's the point?
Actually, I have a suggestion for you. Because we were talking about this before you joined us.
Okay.
So at Anime Houston, they did a voice talent karaoke.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And Linda was a part of that. And so if you like, I don't know what your con hours are for right now. You did mention it before, but like I've been so bombarded with conventions. I have 3 conventions 8 days apart. Like,
Wow.
there are voice talent that don't go to as many conventions as I do.
3.
And,
oh, 3.
like 2 Delta and BotCon the same weekend, and then Anime Texas like 5 days later.
Oh yeah.
So it's yeah, and I've done that before. I've done several conventions within the same. If they're in the same city, I'll do them both. If they're in separate cities, I'm not even gonna try. But with that being said, like that's just something I think like, hey, if we bring Linda, let's definitely do the because Linda can sing. Linda can sing great, and Linda worked with John Grimillion. John was there, and he sung and like he sung "Baby Got Back" with a British accent.
That was hilarious.
That's right, he did.
It was hilarious.
It's a British accent.
That's pretty awesome.
He's like, I like a big. I can't do it. But can you imagine?
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. And like
Perfection.
I love John. He's a great guy. Like me and him always talk and hang out, and like him doing that is what. When Linda came on stage and then he did that, I knew that I wanted to do this panel more. It was like so great, and like y'all like I don't know if. Linda, I don't know if you noticed, but the crowd was just like eating it up. Like they loved it. They loved you. They loved everybody singing. Like you guys literally brought it's like a magic that cannot be explained. And it was really great. And y'all killed it. Y'all were great.
Like
despite the fact the panel went over by like 15 minutes.
It's like when you finally see that character just come to life, or just that person come to life even more because they're expressing themselves outside of the character.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, with that being said, y'all are working on one more song together. Can we get a time frame, like a Geeks Fiber exclusive time frame, or did you kind of already announce it?
It's like whenever.
Whenever.
Because here's the thing. It's not like they can record it at home and send it to me. The studio is located in San Antonio, and if I'm there, doing the vocals, I can, like, hey, let's do it this way, and let's do a second take, let's do a second layer. Here's some ad-libs I think you should say. And in that way, we can get it done in one session rather than taking 3 months just to get one hook down.
Yeah, it's not easy, guys. Like recording music, recording anything, podcast, anything. Like it's so much work.
It's not that it's so much work. The problem is that I'm in San Antonio and they're somewhere else.
Together.
Well, that is part of the work. Getting together, getting everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's all part of the like getting like
That's
for a
that's the main
podcast,
process, you know.
getting everyone here is still part of the process. Like, okay, this time,
Yes,
this time,
true.
this time, this date, this subject, these questions. Like, what do you not want us to touch? Like, what do you want to like? What's okay that we ask you? What is not okay to ask you? You know, getting the links. Obviously, I messed up with Bacon because I thought because Deacon was like harassing me while at work. Hey, where's the link? Where's the link? Where's the link? Frieza needs the link. Where's the link? I was at work. I was like, fine. I had to turn on my personal. I turned off my work computer. Turned on my personal computer. I told my class I'll be back. Lunch. Go to lunch. 30 minutes.
It took me forever to get on.
I know, and that's fine. It happened.
Like I said early in the show, I said it's not Geeks Fire without technical difficulties.
It is.
That's
not.
what it helps us. It helps us feel more natural. You know, we don't feel like robotic. We don't feel taped or anything like that.
Right, because we were
Mistake.
making small talk in the beginning. So, Transformers, what you think?
So like bagels, which is the best? Would you like it toasted or not toasted?
Yeah, like bagels.
You said it's not scripted, but I have my script right here that you sent me. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's because you're
Lies.
nervous.
Lies.
That's
It's
because
like
you're
6
nervous.
pages long.
Chuck says that people say lies. Yeah, it's all in here.
It's all in.
Yeah. Did you get the story? Did you get the storyboards I sent you?
I got the storyboards. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna during the so this is live, but during the recap, we're gonna edit on some special effects. It's gonna be like Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
Can I be Iron Man?
You can be Wong.
I want to be
freeze?
Iron Man.
Okay, I thought he froze. Yeah,
I'm giving you
Chuck's-
something to add
Chuck,
special
what are you
effects
doing?
to. I mean, I'm saying he can add fire to my hand.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He's Iron Chuck.
I do have to go shortly. I've got family obligations I got to attend.
No, that's
to,
fine.
so-
No,
I
that's
gotta
fine.
go in 10 minutes, so.
All right, yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. You guys.
Wait, Linda, you had to go too, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
so just real quick, Chuck. Okay, no, actually, we're gonna go with OG Frieza. Would you like to promote your social media so people can follow you, where they can find you, where they can,
Okay, well, let's see. Instagram is at Linda Sorda, and let's see, Twitter
I
is.
I do
Linda
have your
Young VAs.
Instagram.
You do have it.
I do have your Instagram in the description for the video. I have the Instagram for DeaconRap, you, OG Frieza, Chuck, and Bacon.
What's that? I can't see. It's too
I
little.
couldn't see it either. It was too small.
It's his
It's too
Instagram.
little.
Okay. How about this one? Can you see it now?
Okay, that's way too bright. No.
Yeah, it's a little too bright.
No.
So I do have their Instagram links in
Okay.
the description for the video below. So if you're watching on YouTube, so we're simultaneously streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook.
Cool.
So we're streaming all three. So a lot of the comments, some of our comments are from YouTube, some are from Twitch, and then some are from Facebook. And the crazy thing is they can't see each other's comments. We can see their comments, but they can't see each
Oh.
other's.
If y'all have Instagram, it's just easier to tag that way too.
Mhm.
That way, when we end the live.
So we have your Instagram. Is there anywhere else, like Twitter, something like that?
Yeah, Twitter is Linda Young VA. Facebook is just Linda Young, and then I do cameos.
Hey,
Yeah.
how
In
much are
fact, I've
those?
done cameos for a couple of wrestlers.
Yeah,
Oh,
see?
They want me to
That makes
challenge
sense,
them.
though.
Challenge them.
That makes sense, though, considering the fact that the current generation of wrestlers, professional wrestlers, WWE superstars like Rhea Ripley, The New Day,
Ricochet.
Cesaro, and Sheamus,
Mhm.
Ricochet, they're all anime fans.
Yeah, even AEW, Sammy Guevara.
And Kenny Omega, I don't really like him, but Kenny Omega's an anime fan. All right, but thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Yeah.
I do have your, I will post the rest of your social media so they can follow you. Chuck, would you like to promote your social media? I do have your Instagram link too, by the way.
Sure, yeah. I'm Chuck Huber on Chuck_Huber on Twitter, and I'm Android Huber on TikTok. And you can find everything about me at chuckhuber.org. So you can start there, and it's got everything listed.
Do you also have a cameo?
I do cameos.
So I'm gonna hit both of y'all up on y'all's cameos. I need to make a new introduction, so I'm gonna hit both of y'all up. All right. Thank you so much. And Deacon,
Mhm.
you will be providing. So DeaconRap will be providing us with the link for the day 1 of the new rap song dropping.
Where'd he
Oh.
go?
He
He
left.
dropped. He went to go find
Well,
it.
he dropped. Literally dropped.
I-
Instead
I-
of
It
dropping
dropped.
the link, he dropped.
I did
Literally
want to
dropped.
say thank you both for joining our podcast. And then Chuck, I didn't realize until I heard the Stein in your voice, and I was like, yo, I got
I
really
am
excited.
Dr. Stein. It's true.
Ah, okay.
He's back. He's on his phone.
My computer died.
Oh, there he is.
Okay. So before I go,
Found the album.
because I kind of have to go, in about 2 hours, I'm going to be live on 90.1 KSYM radio. We're going to play the interview we did with Chuck. And Linda, our song is going to officially drop on radio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
read
so if
that.
you guys want to hear it exclusively, like ahead of time, DM me for the link.
All right. Well, just send it
Alright.
to me because I got to do the show till 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just send it to you then.
All right. So we got Deacon Rap's also Instagram. We'll have that available to everybody. You can also see Deacon Rap perform live at BACON July 1st and July 2nd, which is at the
Me
Pasadena
too.
Convention Center.
Yeah.
And Chuck, you're
With
going to see
Tess.
Chuck Huber featuring Deacon Rap.
I could change it in the schedule if that's what you wanted to say, Chuck.
No,
Huber.
no, don't do that. We want to keep the expectations correct.
DJ Chucky Chuck.
DJ Chucky Chuck.
Oh,
They will not want to hear Shakespearean sonnets set to beat.
Actually,
Oh,
that's
maybe they
not
will.
Oh, wait, I
Hey,
want that.
yeah.
Let
that
me
actually
not to
sounds-
the marriage of true mind admit impediments. I don't know. That may
That's
work
some
or not.
epic rap battles of history stuff right there. That's actually
Yeah, there you go.
Hey.
All right.
Bring back
No,
that
thank you. Thank
Art
you,
Rock
everyone, so much for joining us.
Well,
y'all,
thank
y'all.
you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate
Nice
it.
to meet everybody.
See you guys at the
Yeah.
next convention.
We will see y'all all at the next convention.
Yeah.
And Bacon, I'll see you at Bacon.
All right, I'll see you at Bacon. Bacon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye. Bye, everybody. How do I get out of here? Now I'm like,
You,
how do I
you
get
just
out
gotta
of
close
here?
it. You just have to close it.
I couldn't get on, and now I can't get out. That's
Are
the
you in
story
the
of my life.
browser? Is it like a tab?
I think I can just go like this.
Yeah, you just have to close the. There you go.
It-
Oh,
At least he's
Oh.
still on.
I'm
Oh,
still
shit.
on, but I'll get it back.
It's okay.
okay, it's okay. All right, so I'm
She
gonna
stuck with us.
put Frieza in the backstage area.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. So
So
what's up? Welcome. Now it is the Bacon Talk hour.
Oh, hey,
The
what's
bacon
up?
hour.
Talking about
Extra
bacon.
large
Bacon
bacon.
hour.
Extra.
I can talk
crispy.
for longer than hours, but
So let's
I want
talk.
go on.
No, I was just gonna say, let's talk about the con, man. Let's talk about what's going on. We are 18 days away.
19. Tomorrow's
Mm-hmm.
18. Slow down there.
No,
Give me the
okay.
days.
I'm
Give me the
working
days.
2 cons. 2 cons. Like, thank you, by the way. I wanted. I didn't get a chance to say this to you, but thank you so much for helping, and like, because I felt like I put a lot. I made like a. I don't want you to think that I actually made like a lot of demands. They weren't demands, but I wanted you like, hey, like this would help me out a lot if I didn't have to work Sunday.
No, yeah. I get it. And I already knew you were doing Delta H stuff, so I also wanted to make sure we weren't gonna be on top of each other and try to fix things. So I'm one thing about me and the staff of Bacon, we're very flexible and we're willing to work to make things happen, because without people doing panels, without voice actors, without the maids, without anybody bringing the entertainment, bringing what's there for everyone, we wouldn't have a convention.
Exactly.
True.
And it's really cool how flexible you guys really are, because like even I was like, whoa. So I released my schedule
Yeah,
on
I saw.
social media. Yeah, I was like, hey man, you weren't supposed to share that. Take it down. So
No, we're about to release the full schedule, the first
Okay,
draft
okay.
this week, hopefully.
so
Alright.
Rad.
so it's interesting to see like everybody, like Your Highness right here was like, bro, like they're working you hard like a Mexican, bro.
Oh, okay, let's not throw it out of it.
Nah, he didn't say all that. I said all that. He's like, but he did say like, Jesus Christ, dude, what the hell?
He's heavily applying.
He's like, you're working like back to back to back to back to back. I was like, that's fine. That's what I like that. I actually do like a back to back schedule. I just need enough time to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a setup. I'm literally just gonna walk up there, go on stage, and just start talking shit.
Oh, off to the next one.
That's how I feel when I do my songs. I'm like, I want to talk my shit. Okay, leave. Because the social anxiety kicks in.
It's like, oh, can you imagine a rap song where you just talk shit to the audience? You need a fucking bath. You stink really bad.
Bro, like Dick's
Listen.
restaurant is the best in San Antonio. When Deacon's
All I heard was dicks, and never mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. Deacon mentioned San Antonio, and there's this restaurant called Dick's where they insult you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I can't go there because I fight back.
What?
Physically.
Physically?
Yeah, so it's best to keep them out of it.
Yeah, no, I would roast them. Like, there's no way they can roast me. I've heard their jokes. I've heard their insults.
Mine were pretty bad.
You're gonna have to level up. I've heard worse from family.
Oh, that's bad.
But with that, like, so we're talking about BotCon. So BotCon, like we talked about it before. It's the second year. Really looking forward to it. So we're working Delta Friday night until 4 a.m. I'm gonna be at BotCon at like 9 or 10.
Yeah, so you're gonna have like a 4 or 5 hour sleep.
So, like, I might only get like 6 hours of sleep total that entire weekend. At best.
That's probably how much I'll probably be getting too, is like 6 at best that weekend.
Right, and people are like, "Oh my god, you're gonna be drained, you're gonna be exhausted, you're gonna be tired." But there's a different high to whenever you're performing.
Mm-hmm.
And Walter Jones went live. But we have a huge announcement at the end of this show. We're gonna announce something, but you know, I'm really looking forward to working with BotCon because you have, you know, for better or for worse, it's gonna be a big opportunity for me to spread Geeks 5 over as a channel, to get to meet people, meet potential guests, you know, get new fans, you know, and work with a brand new con like you guys. I have never worked with y'all. Y'all have probably seen some of our panels, but we've never worked together.
Yeah.
Okay, I worked with you most definitely.
Right, but not panel wise.
Oh, panel wise, I'd be like,
Different
no,
story.
that's
No,
real
like-
presentation. Like, put me back in college
Oh
presentation.
no, like you can ask your Highness, you can ask Sonic, like
the fact
me
that there's
during the
PowerPoint
panels-
freaks me out.
no,
It's
I don't
like-
do PowerPoints. No
Yeah, we don't do
PowerPoint.
any of that stupid boring shit.
I literally show up and go on stage and be like,
My first
I ha-
panel had
I'll-
slideshows. That's all.
hold on, that's part of the intro though. I'll just go up there and I'll just stare at everybody like, are you
That's
ready?
so intimidating, bro.
And like, are you ready? I said, are you ready?
That's
And depending on the type of
hype.
panel it is, it's like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are Geeks 5 ever, and blah 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 this, blah 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 that. You know, we do an actual intro where I'm screaming at like at Comic
Complicated
Palooza. They
yelling.
didn't even like they're like, hey, do you need like the events director said, oh hey, we were gonna give you a mic, but then we realized it was you.
Yeah, so you don't need no save you a mic.
They're like, hey, so we're gonna take your mic because you don't need it. Like,
Hey,
Like,
so we had one of our previous guests at Cosplays on the comments. I said my panel used a PowerPoint.
I was like, mine does too, but I also have an intro video for all my panels.
Mhm.
I do a little video. I use PowerPoint because that's the way I made my Family Feud game, was through PowerPoint. So I'm not like I hit a slide and then talk. I like, it has lights and shows and there's music and ours has
that's cool though.
Yeah, our beginning PowerPoint has the music that starts and whoever I have running my board goes and I'm introducing your host and then I run through the crowd and I say,
Yeah.
you know, stuff
See,
like that.
those are fine because I once went to a panel where they were like, it was like a gaming related panel. They used PowerPoint, but it was like the most, no disrespect to them at all, but it's like the most generic, boring looking PowerPoint. And it's just words, barely any pictures. And I'm like, dude, is this a college lecture or is this like a fucking panel?
I actually remember there was like a Mandalorian panel at the first cosplay I went to, and they were just talking it out, like about the 3D versus like resin versus this. Don't ever use your heat gun in a closed room, have the air out. It was like more interactive for me versus like the one with slideshows.
real quick. So Your Highness and Sonic are wrestling fans, but are y'all wrestling fans? Y'all know anything about Roman Reigns?
Yeah.
So I want to acknowledge
Acknowledge him.
No.
there's the tribal chief, but we have our cosplaying queen, the only egg cosplay in the comment section. She is the
The one.
reigning,
Ray the Ones.
defending, undisputed cosplaying Texas heavyweight champion of the world, egg cosplay.
Egg cosplay.
Hey.
Acknowledge the cosplay queen.
Acknowledge the egg. Acknowledge.
Acknowledge. Acknowledge. That's great.
Acknowledge. Acknowledge her.
So egg cosplays, we love egg cosplays. Egg cosplays won another Best in Show award, like 2 awards in the same weekend actually. So they are like, this individual has only been doing it for so long, and they're already like making waves in the community. So we
And
have to
she's
acknowledge.
such a pleasure to talk to. She's just so wholesome, and when she talks about her story about like it being allergic to contacts, it's like what? And yeah, she has to wear her glasses in her cosplays. Which
There you go.
shout out to her.
Mhm.
Sonic.
Yes. Acknowledge. See?
There you go.
3 years, 14 awards. See?
Oh, that's
She's gonna be vacant in terms of championship reigns.
vacant or bacon.
Vacant.
So we were what
Hall
were we
of Famer,
talking
there you
about
go.
before okay, so we were talking about, so when it comes to panels, like literally my introductions are like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is King Mexico, also known as Captain Mexico, and this is the Dragon Ball Z versus My Hero Academia panel. Now, this is not a death battle debate. This is a trash talking slugfest, open mic, fandom versus fandom. My anime is better than yours. Now, in this panel, when you walk up to the stage, you give up your right to be awkward or shy. Only come up here if you're prepared to throw hands. If you're ready to throw hands, because we're going to treat this like it's the Waffle House parking lot at 3 a.m. Now,
Mhm.
this is not for those that are easily offended. So if you do feel like you might, we're going to give you a chance to soak it in. If you feel like you need to step away, go ahead and do so. But if you start pouting, you start making sour faces, we will sing one song and one song only. Every party needs a pooper. That's why they invited you. Party pooper. Party pooper.
That's actually happened before too, by the way.
No. So like we try to be entertaining, we try to be funny. Like that's the whole point of most of our panels. Most of our panels are comedy. I even put like this is a comedy panel. And like I'm not gonna lie, I've pissed off a couple people. I have made jokes about being Mexican. And like that's racist. And I'm like Deacon laughed. But it's true, it happens, and there's like I'm like, well, I mean, I spent 20 years getting beat with a chancla, so it is what it is. But let's talk about the con. You have Your Highness here. Let's talk about a little bit about his panel. This is his first time, by the way, hosting a panel.
Oh, got me on the spot here.
So he chose BalCon as the very first time he will host a panel. And like for panelists, that's a big deal. You always remember the first place you hosted your panel, because like the first panel for everyone sucks. Not gonna lie to Your Highness, because you're gonna get nervous. You're gonna get nervous.
Oh yeah.
But that's okay, because this is your stepping stone. This is your first time. This is gonna be the one you always remember your first.
Your Highness, I don't know what he's talking about. My first panel went amazing. I knocked it out of the park. Like the only thing I was scared about was like no one's gonna show up to this panel. And
Yes, I'm scared of too.
My room was full. I did my first panel was at Anime Dallas. I did Are You the Main Character of Your Life? And that room was full with like I think the seating was probably like 100 or 110 or something like that. And we filled the room. We had people standing out, and I was like, that's amazing. I love that. And so the only thing that was rough for me was just nervous that people weren't going to be there and enjoying it. But I'm really good at talking on the mic. I'm really good at making jokes and having people go along. And so it went really well. And he's right though. You do remember your first, and I do.
Yeah,
it.
It's like that. It's like that classic phrase. You know, there's a first for everything. Yeah, I mean, and sometimes like the first may not succeed, but you know, like you said, you mentioned like what you used the first time, and then if you apply it to the next one, it's like, okay, I could change this and change this. Maybe this will do. This will help.
I take back what I said, though. I do take back what I said. Maybe not suck, but it is rough. because you give yourself anxiety.
Mm.
Yeah, you're your own critic.
I mean,
you know?
any intricate audience detail and pretty much putting on a stage yourself is going to be nerve wracking. It's crazy because y'all have already done panels, and I am dreading if I ever have to be on a panel. But I'm a co-host, so I'm like, you know.
It's because like the first time I hosted a panel, you know, obviously I was also nervous. I had never hosted a panel. I didn't even know what to do. I was like, hey, what's up? Jesse, thank you for coming. We're gonna be talking about Dragon Ball. Yeah, so yay.
It shows how it shows a lot how like you go from that to now. It's like you're used to it and all that, the experience. You know what I mean, now
Yeah,
he's
and
like he
ladies
got
and
himself
gentlemen,
over.
Yeah.
are you ready? I said, are you ready? Then for the thousands in attendance
To the
and
millions
the
probably watching
millions
on YouTube.
watching on YouTube. And then you know, now it's like, and like you can hear me
Yeah.
in the next panel room. I'm like, the hell, Jesse's here
With no mic. Yeah, I can only
with no
imagine.
mic. Imagine with a microphone, like no, and like the other like other people know me, like, dude, we can hear you down the hallway. Like people told me I could hear you from the 5th floor. You're not even in a panel. So like you break out of that shell. You and
I don't think so. I don't
no,
think it's for.
if you do it, it's not for everybody. It's not for everyone because, and y'all can agree or disagree with me, but when you're in a panel room, like you see and notice everything. Like if somebody gets up and leaves, that you are literally watching them leave the panel room, and that like
That's
starts
so
running through your
cold.
mind. Like that, you start questioning like, does the panel suck, or did they have to go somewhere else?
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, like you have that question behind your back. It's like, oh my god, are they leaving because of me, or are they actually
No,
leaving?
I can
No. What you do is because when I have a panel and I do any of my panels, I command the room. The room is mine. So when they get to believe, and I learned it from another friend too who does a lot of good panels. And I'm like, oh hey, where you going? We still got things going on. I'll call them out. You're in my show. You're here to watch me put on this thing for you. So I'm gonna call you out. And that's how I do it.
I don't do the call out. No, that's actually good. I might steal that from you, but I don't normally do the call out. But I will like I encourage people like, oh, you want to heckle, you want to troll. I'm not gonna kick you out. I encourage and good luck, by the way. Like this guy was talking like Dragon Ball Z sucks, Dragon Ball Z sucks. Hey, you in the cheap seats, keep it down.
Literally the cheap seats.
I'm
no,
like, don't you have a credit score to count?
So it was like the ending event for this one con. I'm not going to name it out because it's really it had some awkwardness to it. One person had confidence. One person was like, hi, the next con's going to be cool. Okay. And walked away. And I was like, what?
So
and then no, it gets worse, right? So there's the level of awkwardness. The last one was like so horrendously shy. He had to use like an interpreter on the stage. Like, Kyle said that he wants to thank all of y'all. Yeah, like politician whispering. And they asked me because I was like a guest for a volunteer, and they invited me, and they're like, "Yo, you were the audience. Tell us how that ending was." And I was like, Asian awkward fever. And they're like, oh my god.
Oh, I fight back. Tell us about the ending, Goku. It sucked. It's garbage.
The dude that like was like, hey, next con's gonna be cool, yeah. He rode on another person, like on his shoulders. Yeah, like freaking halfling on his shoulders. It was insane. It was so insane. And that was like a 5,000 to 6,000 con. I don't go to big cons. I'll go to music festivals like Lights All Night, Freaky Deaky, but I won't go to cons, not big cons. Jess is looking at me like, what?
No, I'm actually looking at some of the.
But Carlos,
I have.
for sure.
So let me just.
But that's great that y'all are playing.
I have two ultra wides.
Yeah, so he's been a little like he's got a lot on his plate.
This WWE production back here, Jesus Christ!
It is. It really is.
Yeah, there's a production in his wall. Yeah, that's
Like
productive.
we even have look, listen how fancy we are now. We even have background music. We don't really use it. So we play that in the beginning of the podcast now. Instead of it being dead ass silent, we do the
You need
music.
some beats,
Apparently,
my
I need
guy.
to take out the trash.
And you guys have upgraded so much since the last time I was here.
Yeah, we made a
No,
lot.
not really.
I know.
Fine. It look, it's funny actually because it's like it looks like we haven't changed, but outside of it, we do actually like improve ourselves in a way where it's like
We actually have logos now. Oh,
more
wait, no.
logos and schedules and all that, and like we're actually like making it bigger. You know, just you
Nice.
Goku Capitan Mexico.
Also, we announced this Dark Side of the Community.
Legendary edition.
Oh, I've seen a few of the releases that you done, the little teasers you got. I'm like, I'm excited. All right.
So we delayed we were originally going to debut it in June, but we delayed the Wonderland Maid Cafe episode because so much has come out for that. So instead of doing like 1 or 2 episodes, we're going to do an entire special, a
Okay.
live stream special for that. And we're doing a live stream. I'm not gonna talk about that until the end because that's a very controversial topic.
Yeah.
But I think y'all have seen it.
Yes.
So that's just one that I'm not going to bring up just yet. But with that, we have our delicious.
Oh my god, I've seen that so much.
By the way, thank y'all as fellow like Texan musicians for being on our show. Like, much appreciated.
Wait, who's a musician?
Bacon.
Oh, Bacon. Bacon's always on this show. Every time we talk about Power Rangers, Bacon's at my door. Hey, let me in.
This is my first time seeing Bacon on the show.
Bacon is every time we talk about Power Rangers, Bacon's literally like, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I know what's going on and I want in.
Hey, bro, I want to be inside of it. Get me in here now.
Get me in there. Get me in there."
Basically, it's like Eric Andre is like, let me in. Let me in.
I love Eric Andre.
Bro, don't remind me of my Discord stickers, man.
So let's talk about the con. Let's talk about actually let's hear about Your Highness is hosting. What kind of panel are you?
It'll be more like an advice panel, but mostly we'll have some wrestling stuff in there. We'll get some surprises in there. Don't be surprised if you see me take a body slam.
Take a bump.
Yeah,
I can just see Bacon, because all cons have like the person that checks the panels to see how they're doing, the attendance, if it's appropriate or not. I can just see Bacon walking in with a clipboard going, like 40 people, cool. And all he sees is Your Highness getting slammed through the table. He's like, no, the deposit.
What? Everyone just walking around a convention, like, oh my god, just like scared of shit.
And then like after the panel, like, you owe me $50 for that cheap table.
Wait, see, Your Highness, I'm gonna be the one giving him the bump.
Yeah,
That's right.
I was waiting for that.
That's
make
great.
it even.
So like, and that's a great panel, by the way. I really like those, advice panels where they, you kind of sit there and you tell people like, hey, this is how you survive a con, because a con, as fun as it is, a lot of people are new to it. It is a survival experience. Like you gotta to know the do's and don'ts of a convention, especially with certain and that's why we talk about the dark side of the community. There is a dark side to our community, whether people want to acknowledge it or not. And mad respect to you, Bacon, by the way, because you're a fan turned producer / con owner now.
Uh-huh.
You have not to put a lot of pressure on you, because I already know that you already have a lot of that. But it is a lot of work for the people watching, because you got to account for the events, the staff, the volunteers, the guests, the panels, and everybody's safety at the con.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It is not easy.
It is not easy.
It's like a WWE show. People think that, okay, they put on a show, put on a couple TVs, and the wrestlers go out there and wrestle.
It's a different ball game.
I might have mentioned it in the last time I was on here, but it's definitely like the best way to describe it is where I work for my real job. I work for the parks department, and my boss said it's like spinning plates. And then when I started putting on Bacon, I was like, it's like spinning plates. You're spinning a plate on a stick, you're spinning another plate on a stick, making sure they don't fall or tip over. And that's all you're doing the whole entire time is making sure these plates are still spinning and still going.
I was going to say, you're more like a Vince McMahon without the allegations.
Yeah. Actually, another good analogy would be like you're building like a diorama of like, let's say Legos, for example. Like you're trying to make this tower and make sure this piece doesn't fall off, or try to make sure this building next to it doesn't mess up or anything like that. It's kind of like that. That's the best, another good analogy.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we always use the wrestling analogy, because people don't realize how much work goes into a wrestling show. You have the ring crew, you have the producers, the sound guys, the pyro guys, you have the makeup artists, you have the people that make the props, you have the bookers, the writing staff, you have Vince, you have Triple H, you have the advertisers, you have the actual security. It's so much. It's a working machine.
Seamstress too, like for those who need to like fix like a wrestler's attire, like clothing or something like that, like in case anything rips.
They don't put on that suit, like all the costumes they wear out to the ring. They don't put it on. Like most of them don't put it on themselves. Somebody's got to help them.
Yeah, or if they wait until like the day of to put it on, because sometimes they like, for example, like they would go in there, they would have to like make sure it's all good, and all that. It's like, okay, hopefully this doesn't fall off. If not, hopefully I'll get a seamstress. They could help iron it out or anything like that.
Or like what happened at WrestleMania with the wardrobe malfunction.
Exactly, just like that.
Yeah.
You don't want any mistakes like that.
So you are literally the Vince McMahon, Tony Khan, except your product's good.
I think I'm more. If I was to be anybody, I want to be what's his name? The old GM SmackDown.
Don't say Teddy Long.
Teddy, yeah, there it is.
Holla, the suit.
Holla. Yeah.
I can just see you. Like, hold on there, minute player.
Hold on a minute, player.
Hold on now.
You got a panel in about 30 minutes against the Undertaker. Against the Undertaker.
Where's Michael Cole at?
Instead of the Undertaker, he's like, "Oh, your panel's running, but I'm gonna schedule you for a tag team match. It's gonna be you and your co-host versus the Under Latino." And I come out there in all black.
Oh my!
And I'm pissed because you dressed me in all black. I'm like, "Dude, you better be paying me good because it's bullshit."
The Mexitaker.
The Mexitaker.
Going back to the you have all these different things that you have to do to run it, and it is a lot. And I do play different hats. I have to put on different hats for different things I do, but I do have a lot of it being relieved, or a good portion of it too, thanks to my staff, because I have people on who are volunteering their time year round to help me out. I got Scott and Lynn and Drew and Cam, and they all do great stuff. They're part of the core staff of Bacon, and we try to meet like once a Sunday every month. Well, right now we're meeting a little more because they're getting closer, but we come together and they do so much stuff. And I honestly owe so much of less stress this year thanks to them coming on. We had so Cam and Drew are definitely from last year, and Drew's my best friend, and he's the other co-host of Bacon. He's the partner for my team for this, and he came on obviously because we put it on with him, and then we got Cam last year towards like 3 months before the convention, and she does really great digital graphics and a bunch of other stuff. So it's not only me creating flyers, because a lot of the things out there, the media posts, the pictures and stuff, a lot of them are me creating them, but I have Cam who I've sent her stuff. She creates them. We had Lynn, who was our cosplay guest last year, and then they came on to be the cosplay coordinator, and Scott, who I've made friends with him. He does his own podcast, Assuming Positions. They do a bunch of conventions too, and he's the producer, and he came on to do program coordinator. So it's really great having a staff come on and help you out with it, and it makes you have to wear less hats.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually I have a question for you, Bacon. So whenever you do like the previous convention, like obviously you would always encourage people to like send feedback or something like that. How much of the feedback do you get from the previous con and you apply it to this year's? And do you feel confident like heading into this year's, like, okay, I'm sure we got all the feedback that we got, and I'm sure we're all going to apply it, and it's going to make this a great con experience?
So nothing's perfect, but yes, we did take a lot of feedback from last year, because it was our first time running it last year, and it was a 1 day only. And to do stuff for this year, which a lot of them was like, I wish it was more than 1 day. And I was like, okay, well now it's 2 days. So there you go. It was all good, positive feedback of wanting it to be longer and better, like not better, but longer and having more time there. And I was like, yeah, that's the idea. But I wanted to start with the 1 day and grow into the 2 day. And eventually grow into the 3 day. Like, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Actually, you weren't here earlier. We actually made the joke, like, oh, last year 1 they were only 1 day. Year 2 they're 2 days. Maybe they'll be 3 days. Year 3, and then and then we were like joking, like, watch every year they add another day. Like 30 years from now, they're a whole month.
30 days of bacon.
30 days of bacon. That'd be funny. I don't know if we're going to hit a 3-day right away. Like, it was a good idea to go 2 days after this one. I mean, after the first one. And definitely we're going to look at everything after this one and try to figure out, should we go into a 3-day or you stay a 2-day a little bit longer? Because it's a lot more to tackle on, personally, for me, my staff, things like that. And I wanted to look and make sure I make the right decision and not just jump into a 3-day when I don't think I can handle it.
Because there's a lot of factors into it too, because like not just obviously like the staff and all that, also like budget reasons, also like if the
volunteers,
the venue, if it's available for 3 days.
Like, that's true too.
And it depends on like what time of the year you're going on. Like, is there another convention right around the corner? Are we in the same weekend again as another con? Because I don't know if you realize this, but Animate Texas is literally 5 days after your con.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think I don't know, but it felt like I didn't hear about them until 4 or 5 months ago. Like them say, like
this is their second year as well.
Yeah, their second, but I didn't see their post of like them being the weekend after us until like 5 months ago, and I was like, where'd this come from? It's like me and Delta H and all the other conventions have been planning our stuff since like October. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I was just like, it's going to be what it is. You know, we're going to put on a good show and a good performance for the community. And that's what we're doing it there for. And we'll deal with that when it comes this way, you know. And what's really great is I've seen a lot of my cosplay guests and a couple of my voice actors are going to do that show too. So I'm like, oh, then we have good people. If my people that are coming for me and coming to my cosplay guest and my voice actors, and they're going to go over there and do that show too, then I have good people because, you know, they're translating over there. They're people want to see them or meet them or talk to them. So.
It's like a win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, we are in that boat too. It's like, I thought it was only going to be 2 cons. It's 3 cons. My poor wallet. And it's interesting because like I won't work for a con that's full of shit. Like, I will not work with a convention that's full of shit. I worked with a con once upon a time. I'm willing to give that con another chance. But like, I worked with a con once and I have not been to a con in 10 years.
God damn, Jesse.
I did something with them. I have never looked back. And people are like, you know, you're burning a bridge by like not doing that. I don't care.
I have a saying when someone's like, well, what will happen? I was like, oh, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. So, you know, I understand.
But you're burning that bridge. Fuck it. I'm pouring gas on. Like, fuck it. Burn faster. I can't burn this motherfucker fast enough.
Got caught with the gasoline bucket.
Got caught my ass. I'm out in the open. Like,
see, and that's why I can't go back to stripping. I burnt that bridge a long time ago.
I mean, never say never.
You know, when the rents due. You know.
I know, right? But with this economy, I'm not throwing singles at you. I'm throwing coupons.
No, for real.
Food stamps.
Food stamps, y'all.
I have
I'm gonna throw.
Actually, you know what? Just throw like Bitcoin, but physically it's just chocolate candy, chocolate coins.
Throw my Waterbury coupons at you.
I'll throw some Bacon passes out.
Yeah. So like, I actually have to respect. Like, you heard that song? It goes by "Can't Knock the Hustle."
Oh yeah, by Weezer,
that should be your theme song.
Hasta luego, adios.
Yeah, seriously, like that should be your theme song because like
Weezer.
You've been hustling the shit out of bacon. Like, and everybody's asked me, is that just bacon? I'm like, yeah.
No.
We kind of ran with it.
Whoa. It's not just bacon. BA in Bacon stands for Best Animation.
Well, they thought it was a bacon convention. I'm like,
I know. I do get that a lot. And that's one of the things we had to deal with when we named it that. But
you should have an entire panel dedicated to bacon.
Oh, we get a free wrap or something like that? Like, yo, bacon convention. Yeah.
Maybe next year I'll try to get Kevin Bacon or something. I don't know.
There you go.
No, but yeah, you should do something like you should have like your mascot, but with like a strip of bacon behind them.
Yeah.
I'll get a
bacon chan
or something. I'll get a bacon vendor. Which is funny, our mascot, her name is Bacani, so
Bacani.
Actually, we do have that up right now.
Look, there she is. There's Bacani.
Oh.
Which secret, the model for Bacani is me.
I actually did think it was you, I'm like, that's bacon. That's because I think you said that was you in the beginning.
I think I did. Yeah.
So, but you can't knock the hustle. Y'all been hustling the shit out of the con,
Yeah.
and I gotta respect that. Like, it's not like it's a lot of traveling, it's a lot of spreading the word, and then it's like if we talk to 100 people, if you talk to 100 people, only one might show up.
Yeah.
And that's not like it's not like a shot before anybody thinks,
No,
you're just taking a shot at him. No, that's legitimately the mindset. Like even with streaming, Twitch, YouTube, whatever, 1% of your audience, like you could have 1,000 followers, but only 1% will actually watch your content.
Yeah, and that's one we didn't have. Like I said all the time, we went to a taco food truck festival this weekend, and my friend was with me, and they're like, "This is really cool. You do this." I was like, "Yeah," because it's either people that haven't heard about us yet, people are still thinking about it, and I had ran into maybe like 4 or 5 people. "Oh, you ran into me at so and so." I'm like, "Oh, cool," and that's them thinking, "I haven't bought a ticket yet. I keep running into this guy. I guess I should probably buy a ticket eventually," And that's it. Like I said it last time I was on here, and I'll say it again. At Baycon, we have one motto, and it's ABH: always be hustling, and we're always hustling.
That's
cool.
awesome. That is the game though. That is, you gotta hustle. Like,
that's a mood. That's a good mentality.
And like before, like the beginning of the year, with everything that happened, we didn't promote, like, even the podcast. We're in June. We're barely on episode 16, 17. Like, we should already be in the 30s.
Yeah, it's just a lot of circumstances happen. It's because a lot of situations. Obviously life gets in the way. We have personal stuff outside, because people think, oh, we're in the podcast, oh, we're like living the dream. It's like,
right,
not really.
Right.
I mean,
no, we're not.
We're
we
people
have
too.
been stagnant. Like, we have been like stuck at the same subscriber count for like a couple of years. Like, ever since I started spamming the shit out of the podcast on Instagram, like, you see it now. Like, on my Instagram, it's like every day there's like podcast this, podcast that, podcast announcement, podcast guest, podcast today, podcast tomorrow, podcast 2 months from now.
Yeah.
Like, it's gotten to that point where, like, as soon as I can live stream on Instagram with Restream, the podcast will be on Instagram. So, like, we've been hustling a lot, even with the Captain Mexico thing. Like, we're running with that on TikTok now. So we're going to make a lot of content. I'm going to make at least 3 weeks worth of content at Delta and BotCon.
Yeah. And then also, like, too, you could also, because I've seen live streams happen on TikTok. So eventually I could see Restream, optimize
Restream
it for that.
Yeah, they're in beta right now.
Yeah. So eventually, when it gets the full release, we'll eventually expand to that too. And like, what's so amazing, what's great that this coming con season, we have plenty of content to produce. There's people out there who may not be able to go to Delta or to BotCon or to all the other upcoming conventions. And if they watch the content, they'll be like, okay, maybe I'll plan that out next year. I'll keep that in my list. And it helps market and expand.
So I'm a fan of vlogs. So I like when people vlog. I like that.
Vlog is great too.
I like seeing.
I hate vlogs. I hate vlogs.
Either vlogs or like
I don't
post them in like
want to know
stories
about
or something
personal
like that.
life. Like, hey guys.
I like when there's
sparkling pancakes here, taking a shit.
I'll give away a good marketing tool for free, but this is the only time I'll give it away for free. One of the best things we've done is we've made buttons. And when we go to conventions, we hand out the buttons. So then those cosplayers are taking photos with our button on them, and that's free market right there. That's going out somewhere else for people to see it. So
yeah, a good example too. I'll add to that. There's several conventions I've been to, like for example in Dallas, they would have like a table of a convention, like in San Antonio or something like that. They would have a table and they'd be like, hey, come to this, and it's like you take a photo of this, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, and just take a photo, and they'll give you like a hashtag. Sometimes they'll offer like a discount or something like that,
Yeah. So what I do usually when we go places, I'll say find me, and we'll give you a free ticket. So we'll give you a free weekend pass if you can find me at certain events.
Yeah, but you're so hard to find. Damn it, you're like finding Waldo.
I don't think so. I think I'm handing out flyers. I'm talking about Baycon.
Then again, I don't look very hard.
I found you at Comic Palooza.
My mistake too. Like, that wasn't intentional. I was just getting food.
Yeah, it's funny. He says that he says he finds him. Me, I couldn't find him. So it's like the duality.
Like, I only ran into 2 people that I knew. I only ran into 2 or 3 people I knew at the entire con.
That thing was huge, though. That thing was gigantic.
It was.
Yes.
It was.
Yeah.
It was
I did-
definitely.
I did that. I did that at Pasadena Strawberry Festival, which is in the town, and it's at the same place I'm going to be at. I did that back in May, and I posted on our Insta and stuff. Come find me, and we'll give you a weekend pass. And Saturday night, I had a girl run down like the street of where the vendors were at, where I was at. Look, point at me, and then run towards me. And she goes, "I found you!" And I was like, "All right, it works. Here you go. Here's your weekend pass." And
That's different. She showed up with a mission. She
did. She did. I had someone else who showed up like, "Oh, I follow you," and I was like, "Oh, really? Check out our Instagram story." And they checked it out and like, "Oh," and I was like, "Here you go. Here's a weekend pass."
You're like the secret Pokemon in the dungeon, and you got to go all kinds of places to find you.
It's kind of like baiting. It's like throwing a cast at an ocean. It's like cool catching the bait. But the bait is a good thing. Not
you need to make
like
it interesting. You need to make it interesting. Where at one con, like, find me. You're like hiding under a table or like behind a palm tree or something.
Actually, you know what? You could do something like a scavenger hunt, because I know like the Toyota Center, when they put like tickets for like an event, they put like a scavenger. And it's like, hey, if you find it at this place, you win free tickets to this upcoming event.
Eventually, when we get a little bit bigger and stuff, I'll probably do like find me, but show that you've liked and comment on this post or something like that. Add more things to it. Right now, I just want you to find me and have you give you my spiel about coming out to us.
Mm-hmm. But that's good though. Like, that's really good marketing. We actually used to pass out business cards. On one side, it would have all of our information. On the other side, it would say "Senpai noticed you."
That's a good one.
That is really too good.
So people were like,
I've done the tables at conventions before, and I like them. I like moving around, and I love guerrilla marketing. I love going to an event and walking around and handing stuff out and talking to people face to face versus them coming to my table and talking to me there. Because I did that a few times, and I was like, free stickers, like when I was handing out, and they're just like, no, I'm good. And I was like, you serious? And then later on, I walked around, ran into those same people. Like, hey, do you want a free sticker? Like, oh, yeah, it's different when you're because they feel like I'm trying to get you over here and get you something. But I'm walking around handing out stuff. They're just like, oh, yeah, I'll take it.
You had an exhibit hall like was it Delta, right? I think maybe been, or Anime Houston, one of the two. You had like you had a little vendor thing on one of those, right?
I had one at New Wave Expo, and I would have done one at Waifu Fest, but we had some miscommunication going on. But a lot of it, I just walk around. I have panels. That's the other thing. I'll do panels. Panels are my back door into any convention, so I can promote my convention there. And sometimes, I think I've seen it at one, where they're like, do not promote something else. I'm like, well, I'm going to promote. And unless you're in my panel room stopping me, I'm not going to not do it.
Because you got to promote. Like, what if you're a group like Geeks 5 Ever? Like, that's what we do.
Yeah,
we promote Geeks 5 Ever at the end of the panel. Though I was explaining to somebody like, hey, like, why don't you promote it in the beginning and introduce everybody? Well, here's the thing: people don't realize this, and this is going out to all panelists. The reason why I don't introduce this as Geeks 5 Ever in the beginning, because if the panel sucks,
you don't want to be associated with it.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. I'm Jesse. Bye. But if the panel is great, hey, we're Geeks 5 Ever. Make sure you follow us. Check us out on social media. The YouTubes, the Instagrams of Instant, the books of the faces,
the talks of ticks.
Yes.
The talks of the ticks, and the tweeter of the birds.
It's like with wrestling. It's like if Edge comes out with a shirt and he's new, and then they're already pushing on you to buy it. It seems kind of shilly. But if you wear the shirt for like a few months and the gimmick is over and you love it, then it's like, okay, now you can buy on WWE.com. Now it's really getting over. Now people really want it because they seen it on TV and now they want to get one. That's right. Like kind of reel them in.
One of the things I learned, and I'm pretty sure Delta or BotCon don't do this. Only I know of a handful of cons that do this shit. But some cons do scout panelists. They will have a staff member go and check out the panel, see if they're any good. So
it's like a wrestling thing, talent scout.
Yeah.
There are a few panels that are like, if you have pictures from your panels, please submit. And I've had a couple of those, and I was like, I have a few pictures, but you don't see things.
I don't do that shit. I'm submitting for a con. I'm not going to say who. I'm submitting panels for a con, and they're asking us, do you have any videos or any anything at all from the previous panels? I'm like, look, we don't allow anyone to record.
I'll be back.
We don't allow anyone to take pictures.
Oh.
if somebody comes to the panel and they want to participate and they want to have fun, let loose and be themselves, if they're a teacher, I want them to be able to open up and be able to leave and still work as a teacher.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why we don't allow recording. Like, because
that makes
I've learned that at the Renaissance. Like, hey, these people actually have lives outside of this community. They're teachers, they're doctors, they're mentors, they're, whatever. Don't If they're here to have fun, don't put them on the internet to where it could jeopardize their job.
At least without their consent.
Yeah.
So, like, no recording. So I don't allow maybe pictures, but no, I don't allow recording because it's to protect the people that participate in the panel.
Yeah.
Privacy reasons.
I have a few friends that do panelists and they're teachers too, so I get it. I understand that. And we had last year at Baycon, we had one of the people putting on our concert, one of the band members. They were a teacher, and in all our media posts, he's like, "Blur my face." We're like, "All right, yeah, we'll blur your face." Like that.
Yeah.
I don't mind filling out that request. So we blurred their face or made it look different, so you couldn't really tell because he still wants to keep his teaching job. He was just doing this because he wanted to play music with his friends and do something for us. So.
Right. It's just also because of another thing too. Like sometimes the conventions will have like a sign out there. They'll be like, "Hey, just letting you know, by entering this con, you agreed to be like filmed or without like you knowing." But sometimes it would be like a small sign, or sometimes most people wouldn't know that. And sometimes there'd be a case where the convention would just post something, and if they see your face there, I'm like, okay, well, you either want to contact the convention, or I don't know, you're in the situation. Which kind of sucks because sometimes there's some cases where you don't know. I was like, oh, how am I supposed to know you're gonna get like video recorded or in an official capacity? But like an unofficial thing, I could see that. It's really different.
Because panels are more private, because they're in a room behind closed doors.
Right.
And you have adult panels, and those can like be different. It's a lot different when you're in the general con floor versus an event.
Yeah.
But there are some cases where like sometimes behind a closed door there'll be people who would actually record it anyway, regardless. You know what I mean? They'll just record it, then it'll be on YouTube or something like that.
Body cam, they'll normally go using that a lot of
times.
Or like the equivalent, like recording like a movie off of theaters.
Yeah, if I see somebody like this, like that, or if your glasses look suspicious, because I know what to look for on glasses to tell if they're cams. I'm like, hey, delete that shit. Because the sunglasses with the cameras in them, they're thicker.
Yeah.
It's like
Jesse, you're a con elder like I am, right? That's what we call ourselves now, right? But you should remember, like when they first released the 18 plus voice actor panels, and in them, I haven't been to one in a while, but in them they're like, "Do not record this; we will lose our job."
Some of them don't fuck around with that. Trust me.
Yeah,
I've been to a couple of them. Some of them are like, okay, we're cool. We could cool with this, but obviously we got to be careful what we say. Or they would just say flat out, just say, hey, don't record this. We don't get in trouble.
They're telling stories that you cannot repeat, but they're hilarious and great stories.
Right. No. Yeah. I can actually attest to that. That is 100% true. Like those panels did exist. They did the 18 plus voice actor panel where they would share stories. They would share shit that has happened
in the industry.
Yeah, they tell you not to record. Don't record anything because they share insider shit too.
Yeah.
Like sorry, I just wanted a good example. I went to a convention and they were going to reveal like a new game that they haven't announced like to the public yet. They were going to wait like a few days. And they're like, hey, we don't want people to know about this. Don't record it yet. We're going to release it officially anyway. So just letting you guys know. And unfortunately, people still leaked it out eventually anyway. So which kind of sucked because they were like, it was a big deal that they really wanted to like wait until a day to reveal it because it fit that game. And it's like, oh man, that does suck. I would hate to be in that position too.
Yeah.
I mean, with the I remember when 18 plus panels were just like the voice actor panels. It was the hentai panel, the yaoi panel, and the voice actor panels, and the dating game. Like those were it.
Oh yeah, dating games, Dating Plus. I remember that.
But now it's become like a lot. Like you have the fan fiction. You have A Hill I Would Die On. Our panel. I'm so ashamed of this. So at Delta, it was Delta, or I think it was Delta. I had a panel on Sunday. I was way too tired because we didn't go to bed by 5 or 6 in the morning because we were hosting karaoke till like 3 or 4.
Mhm.
And we had to break down all the equipment. So I had my friends, I had Zeros to Heroes, go and host the panel for me. So it's called Making Your Own Panel 101. And they help other people create panels. One person had an idea for a panel and they stole it.
Oh no.
They stole the panel.
Ooh.
It's called A Hill You Would Die On. It's essentially Change My Mind, the panel. Somebody goes
Yeah.
and gives an opinion and somebody has to try to change their mind. They stole it from one of the attendees, so I stole it from them.
Wow. That intangible intellectual property theft.
Yeah, because it was part of my panel. They stole it from one of the attendees. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to steal it from y'all. Fuck it. The exact same panel, exact same name.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it's on the schedule. A hill I would die on.
Jesse never gave it back.
Oh, I live that Eddie Guerrero life.
Lie,
lie,
cheat, and steal.
and steal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
So
Right.
we have a thing in the parks department. It's like when you're trying to think of a new event, a new thing, a new program. It's like, why reinvent the wheel? See what so and so from another city is doing.
Yeah.
So I take the same measurements here at running Baycon. I'm like, how are they doing this? How are these 10 other conventions doing this one thing? Okay, well, we can do it like that too. Why reinvent the wheel? Why not just, rephrase
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
Damn,
Yeah.
my ego.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
I forgot to tell you. I lied.
I know that's
Forgot to tell-
like that. Like my character, like my persona at the conventions, is literally based off of George Lopez and Eddie Guerrero.
It's basically George Lopez and Eddie Guerrero if they went out like for a weekend, like just hanging out
Yeah, because like
in the body of
speaking
Goku.
stealing, let's steal
More
it, like-
specifically, they hung out in Goku's brain, and then Goku just it's like
there's
a robot.
difference. Like waifu, where's the waifu? They do it. They're so good at that panel. It's really hard to steal.
Oh
their
yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's really Mark Anthony. He's such a good panelist. Like he's such a good performer for that panel, and knows how to keep that crowd going the right way. I've seen some other waifu wars, and I've seen some bad waifu wars because I was like, oh hey, it's gonna be Mark Anthony, and then I realized it's not him. It's not Where the Waifu At putting on waifu wars. I'm like,
Yeah, we tried it. It
Yeah.
wasn't
It-
as popular.
Yeah, but we would love to do it again, but we would have to like obviously modify the whole thing about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we would do something different rather than waifu wars. I think we can do something like
Change it. Like I know, like the Hill to Die On thing, we could just like, for example, it's like, but with waifus. You know what I mean?
that's
a waifu I would die for.
a
Yeah.
waifu I'd die for. That's a
There you
good
go.
one. That's a good one.
Oh, that's so intense.
And then just blast the song "Die for You" by Prince before the
And like, but I do want to run with the husbando wars.
yeah husbando
Yes.
hostilities.
So there was one waifu war. I didn't go to it, but it was I can't remember what convention. But I heard about it the next day from another group of panelists that do their own waifu wars too. And like, oh, we went to it. We didn't get ours approved. We got another panel approved, but we went to that one and it was all messed up. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, they wouldn't let husbandos in. I was like, they wouldn't let husbandos in. I was like, what are you talking about? You could do both. Why couldn't you do both? So
Like we had one. We had a husbando panel. So I don't know. I don't think that's ours that they're talking about. There was one apparently at like San Japan that was pretty bad.
that's the one I'm talking about, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So ours, like I literally walked outside, and because they were in the they were in the line for another panel for karaoke.
Yeah.
And like somebody's like, oh, I want to do, but the room was so tiny and it was already full, and they couldn't do waifu wars. So I just went out in the audience. Hey, you had a good waifu, right? He's like, yeah, get your ass in here and defend them. bitch."
Like, get your ass up in here.
It's for real. Like I went in there and I defended like La Selena
Yeah.
and like La Reina de la Cumbia, and it was great. It was like a great panel, but I think because I have so much respect for Mark, I kind of want to do something that won't clash with his panel because his panel is
Definitely.
so well done.
Mhm.
His panel is like, I will like admit, like Mark, I feel like Mark is definitely like Mark makes me like I have to be on my toes with his panels. Like his panels are so good and they're so entertaining. Like I have to really step up my game with his
Mhm.
because his are like I feel like we're on the same level as far as entertainment goes. But there are some panelists, they're just like so cut and dry.
Mm.
And that's the thing though, like and there's nothing wrong with that. There are people that do presentations, they do lectures, they do how-tos, and that's the kind of like tone that is for those panels.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But there are like those panels are like, let's do this. Ah, you know. Like you have to have the hype panels too.
Yeah.
Like the panels you hear down the hallway, what's going on in there?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. I think
Because they'll start off with like 10 people, and then like next thing you know, there's like 50 people in there. Like, what's going on? I don't even know what this is about, but the guy's screaming, so let's
Yeah.
check it out.
I think my favorite panel, like first time ever going to a con, was the one in Tennessee, and they did a roast panel. And when I saw Captain America, they allowed like people to walk up to make the roast, and I said even Steven Universe knew more to do with his sword than Captain America ever did. Facts. But I don't have a lot of con experience, so I feel like y'all have a good night. I was supposed to go to Delta H and things just happened, but I would love to do a con with like y'all. Y'all seem pretty chill.
Yeah.
And
So you're free that weekend to come to Baycon then?
Bacon is in July, right?
Yeah,
It's the same
Pasadena,
weekend-
same weekend.
Same weekend as Delta H.
Yeah, it's in
Oh
Pasadena.
man, no! I just like started a job, so I'm like, no,
it's okay. It's cool.
You gotta show up.
I promote open mics here in DFW, so I'm actually performing this week. But I'm very sleep deprived. I hope y'all guys have a good. Actually, just I'm gonna leave. But I appreciate all that you do as like people of the weeb community, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no problem. That's what we're here for.
Yeah,
that's what we hear. Is entertainment is the name of the game.
Yeah, Blastoise got a surprise for you, Goku.
You sound like Sonic sounded like Vince Russo for a second.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something.
Hold on, I got it, bro. Blastoise, bro, he's got a surprise for you, Goku, bro, at Delta H. I mean, bro, this should have happened at BotCon, bro. Like, bro, it's unbelievable. Would have been a great swerve, bro, if you could have just done it at BotCon instead of Delta, bro. I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Like,
I have a headache.
So much, bro.
bro.
I feel like Kim
Stack, bro.
She's
She's on an open mic, bro. You should check it out, man, bro.
I feel like Kim Cornette at this point. I didn't know Shit Stain was on the podcast.
I didn't know Stain was in the podcast.
Oh, damn it,
I love when he says that.
Stain was here.
I feel like there could have been more bros in there.
Yeah, I know. We needed more bros.
Lot.
Yeah, we needed more bros in that.
Yeah, you could be like, baby, we need some more bros in the BotCon, baby.
Well, get
it fucking like a monkey.
All right, so what is one like? So let's we gotta ask. What is one thing about the con? You know, you're gonna be working. You're gonna be really busy. You're not gonna get a chance to check out everything, obviously, because it's just not in the cards. Unfortunately, when you run a con, it's not like party. Woo, and then attend all the panels and hang out with celebrities. No. But out of all the things happening at your con, that if you could possibly check something out, what is like one thing that you're excited for? Like, damn it, I at least want to catch it a little.
Personally, I want to catch all the people I know personally who are doing panels, like you, Johannes. Like, I want to catch at least one of the 5 GEEKS panels. You know, I gotta catch at least one of them. There's you got like 5. I gotta pick. I can at least maybe see 1. 6. You got 6. So I want to see everyone I know at least maybe 2-3 minutes of their panels, then dip out. But I really want to see. And I hate to. It's the DeaconRap, the Otaku Rap Fest with Chuck. I mean, the Chuck featuring Deacon.
I like how you said the Chuck.
I definitely want to check that out. Like, I think that would be a really fun and a really great thing. There's a couple other panels that are going on, and then I also want to make sure I probably dip in, make sure the maids are running right, make sure that's all going good because we have a maid cafe.
So what time is the like? So the con like what time does the last panel go on?
Last panel goes on Saturday from 12 to 12:50 because we have two 18+ panels. We actually have waifu Where Do Waifu app doing waifu wars. They said they were. I need to get the confirm again. That's why the schedule hasn't came out yet. Them, and then we have another one. I think it's the otaku burn or something. It's from another group I know. It's Otaku Attack, the original cosplay / anime roast. That's what that one's called.
Otaku Attack. I like that.
Yeah, Otaku Attack.
Sounds like a board game.
Yeah, I seen this guy do his panel before. I think their House 21 is their name. I saw them at Anime Dallas, and I was in their Otaku Attack, and I won it, and I got myself a free Starbucks card. I don't drink Starbucks, so I gave it away.
That's right. Thanks for reminding me. I got to actually buy the prizes for over 9,000.
Yeah.
Because we actually have two contests: a powering up contest and an attack, a Kamehameha attack contest.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a lot of screaming.
That sounds good.
A lot of constipation sounds. But so because Deacon was complaining earlier before you got here, it's complaining like, "Hey man, I get the schedule. Why the fuck do y'all have it?"
Okay,
brother.
So y'all have the schedule because y'all filled out panels. Everyone else who's contracted with me for panels, like Deacon, my improv group, a couple other ones, they don't have the schedule yet because I don't have them easily to grab a group of email of people and then send it to them. I have to go and look for their emails individually and then send it over my guy to do that. So that's the reason they haven't got theirs yet.
Okay, there you go, Deacon. I told him to check his spam. I told him he couldn't read. That's why he didn't see it.
No, we're doing the contracted panelist people this week too. So,
dude, 19 days away from BotCon.
19 days.
Bacon.
It's whatever, and whatever you call it, as long as you're talking about us.
It's getting close to it. We're getting closer.
Talking shit.
Hey, any publicity is good publicity in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, because we have been like talking about it. We it's really interesting. It's very interesting for me because this isn't my first time working two cons. It's gonna be an interesting weekend. I'm not gonna lie to you. We might not have we were going to have a podcast on Monday, but I might have less of a presence because I'm going to be super busy. And Sonic is definitely holding down the fort because I think Sonic is going. You're going somewhere else, right?
During BotCon in Delta?
Yeah.
Yes, I will be actually hitting up. As much as I would love to be at BotCon at Delta, unfortunately, it's the same weekend as Anime Expo in LA, unfortunately.
Oh, damn. Got that flight.
Yeah, so but I will I will look to spread the word between both Delta and BotCon at
you better
LA,
spread the
I know
word about us, shit.
And GeeksFire, obviously too, because I know there's a couple of people from Texas who go to those conventions too. They'll be like, "Oh," it was like, "Oh, where are you from?" Houston. It's like, "Oh, no way, dude, I'm from Cyprus." I'm like, "Oh shit, that's cool." So, hey, local people like, "Hey, don't worry, guys."
You know who you should bring in as a cosplay guest? Wait, how does this work? It's so weird because it's reversed.
Acknowledge.
But BotCon, and I'm so glad that Where the Waifu's going to be there because I actually want to say hi to them because I love them so much. It is, but with BotCon, with Delta, with Anime Texas, it is what it is at this point as far as me goes and working all the cons. It is like one of those things where Geeks5E, people don't realize this, but we go to a lot of cons. We're all over the place. We don't go to the bigger cons for a reason. The smaller cons need all the support they can get because and they're much more wholesome. The bigger cons, I hate bigger cons. Like you try to say hi to there was a guy, and I know who he is too, who's cosplaying as Leon. And I tried to make a joke and he was being a dick. And his other friend, he stood up like he was ready to throw hands. I'm like, I almost told him to sit his ass back down. But I just walked away. I'm like, man, and I even said loud enough so they could hear me. What an asshole. I have no shame. I was just like, hey, look, the Infinity Chancla, and they just stared at me like I had shit on my face.
Oh my gosh.
I was
Jesus.
like, listen here, bitch, your Leon cosplay ain't that good. Uh,
I like smaller cons. I did my first big cons last year. I went to A-Con, I went to San Japan, I went to I forget where else, and I was like, I like smaller cons. I like San Japan a little too much though. I really liked how theirs was ran. I liked the volunteer staff there.
Mm.
I like how well put together it is for a big convention.
Yeah.
A-Con, I did hear it was like the first time the corporate is running it last year, and that's the reason there were so many problems. So I was just like,
Corporates.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so like they were bought, like they had new ownership like pre-pandemic, and then a bunch of situations happened. So this year was actually their second year they ran into the new venue they did last year.
yeah.
And I've heard a lot of people said, oh, they did improve some stuff, but it still felt like obviously there's a lot of work to do.
I heard that they improved the cosplay contest this year, which, you know, if you could do one thing right at any convention or anyone wanting to run a convention or any kind of like anime expo weekend thing or stuff with vendors, if you make the cosplay contest run really well, you're always going to have good feedback back because your cosplayers are always going to talk really good about, oh, you know, they had bad scheduling, but the cosplay contest went really well. So
it's like they're basically in a sense the cosplayers are like the bread and butter in a way.
yeah.
Like they help a lot. They can make or break sometimes. Some people, like some conventions I've heard, they always say, hey, you know, we always run the cosplayers. Had it not been for the cosplayers, I don't know, we would even be here today. You know, it's like they give them credit, but obviously it's not just them, but obviously the cosplayers are like the faces of cons sometimes. That's
to me it's everything, and also, but I will focus on my cosplayers and my vendors and my panelists, because without that I wouldn't have a convention. Without my guest cosplayers, without vendors selling something, and without panelists giving good material and good entertainment, I would have nothing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
yeah, because without panels, whether you like the panel or not, whether you're interested in it or not, whether you intended to attend a panel or not, it's literally somewhere to fucking sit.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because most convention centers don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, okay, let's go here and sit down. It's a panel going on. They go in there, they sit down, they check. They're going to check it out while they're there, and suddenly they like it.
Yep.
And now they're participating in it.
Mm-hmm. Some of my favorite panels happen that way. We're like, oh man, there's nothing. I don't know what's going on right now. We need like an hour to rest before the next panel we want to go to starts. Let's just go into this room. Actually, that's how I found Mark Anthony at DreamCon. We were like, oh, let's check out this one panel, and it just wasn't hitting. And we were like walked out, and we're like, we go check out. It wasn't Where to Waifu At. It was about cat girls. That's the panel he did. It's about cat girls. We walked in, and I was like, this guy's hilarious. What's everything else he's doing? I'm going to all of them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's sometimes that was sometimes the case with us as well. Like some people will legitimately only go to a con because of us. Like
Yeah.
we have like Jose, like
Blastoise.
Blastoise is one of those. He's a prime example of like, hey, are you going to this con or like Pika? Like she's a fan of us, and she will, if she hates, she will only go to a con she hates if we're there.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, I hate this con, but Geeks Fire is there. Okay, that makes it tolerable.
Yeah, like
if there's a con in town and I know you guys aren't going to it, then that already gives me a sign right there. Normally, when I'm doing new cons and stuff like that to go to.
Right. So actually, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up, guys. It's been 3 hours. Like it's been a long. I haven't eaten.
It's
Pretty
raw.
sure all the food got put
Same.
up. Like so, but I want to thank you, Bacon, for joining us, promoting
Definitely.
BotCon.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you to Chuck Huber, to Linda Young, to DeaconRap. Thank you to Your Highness, the future heavyweight champion of the world,
Yeah.
for joining us. Would you like to plug your social media, Bacon? By the way,
Yeah. You can.
yourself.
Yeah, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Bacon _ 2023, and then on Facebook it's Bacon Anime Convention. And TikTok, I think it's also Bacon _ 2023. So we just got TikTok, I think 2 months ago, and I don't promote my personal. But I guess if you want to find me, I'm Stuff Daddy Bacon on most of everything. So
Actually, send me your stuff on message on Instagram so I can actually follow you and not just
Okay.
the con.
Got it. I will.
All right, and so, Your Highness, you want to plug your stuff?
Yeah, you can just follow me on Instagram as Joseph_V145, but just type in YOHY and you'll pretty much find it right there. Because I highly doubt you'll see it when you see it. Same thing for my Facebook, just Joseph. If you want to follow my wrestling company, TASW, Texas All Star Wrestling. I have a show coming up this week. I'm wrestling in Puerto La Vaca, June 17th. I also got a show on August 5th. Stay tuned for that. Give you more details on that a little bit more sooner and later. But yeah, just follow me on those and hit me up, dog. Support me.
You
Let me
follow
with that
him at
world title.
Booty Hole Bagels Wrestling.
Booty hole BBW.
Yeah.
It's a
And
new
Sonic,
definition.
wanna plug in yours before so we can go ahead and wrap it up.
All right, sure. You could follow me on Instagram at Super Saiyan Sonic. That's my Instagram. You can follow me on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. All of them are Keyblade Sonic. That's my YouTube. That is my TikTok, and that's my Twitter. And that is pretty much it. I'm looking forward to these upcoming cons this coming weekend. Looking to put a lot of content, not just for conventions, but also like other stuff and other. I do voiceovers, so if you interested in voiceovers, follow me on my YouTube and my TikTok. I post a lot of voiceovers, and if you need a voice actor, just hit me up.
I'm still hearing blow.
All right, and so I'm just gonna give you a bit teaser. Go ahead and follow us at YouTube, youtube.com/GeeksFiber, Instagram.com/GeeksFiber, Twitch. We're also on TikTok. It's Mexico G5E on TikTok. Also, just a teaser for those of you that are unaware. August 28th, 1993 was the release of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the first time on television. August 28th, 2023 is the 30th anniversary. It falls on a Monday. So we will be doing something for Power Rangers.
Yes.
We may or may not be able to
Stay
get an actual Power Ranger on the show. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Mighty
Geeks
Morphin
5 ever
Chelsea.
presents the 30th anniversary. Once a Ranger, always a Ranger.
Mhm.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following us. It's been 3 hours. This was our second XL podcast. Everyone have a good night. Peace out. Peace.
Peace.